Happy Crimson Tuesday. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Fluffy Kitten Chat. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Draft Key. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Tonight, high chance of Dan occurrence. That's going to be cool. We haven't seen Dan in a little bit. But first we'll be doing some pixel art, maybe some biomen if people have the points to redeem. And I have some other fun stuff to show, like leftover stuff from my Twitch anniversary stuff. So I have a bunch of stuff to show that I'll be happy to do. We have more VHS cassettes. I have a board game that I really wanted to show you guys the other time, and I completely forgot that I had that to show. And yeah, it's gonna be good times. It's gonna be good times. Let's see. First things first. I guess I'll kick off with a developer update. When Eden Wraith comes by, I can do it again real quick. Dave, we're Happy Crimson Tuesday. Go on, Summer. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yes, I forgot to turn off the celebration Nancy emote, but I might keep it on. EA Benson, Happy Crimson Tuesday as well. Good to see you. Yes, developers update. I am working on the assets for the last gameplay room in the last gameplay chapter of the Crimson Diamond. There's still so much work to do, but bit by bit, just like the cross stitches, the cross stitching stuff that I do, one stitch at a time, and then you get there, and one asset at a time, and we will also get there slowly but surely. And yes, today with Dan, we will be revisiting a couple of our tracks that I had tagged as unfinished. We're gonna fix those up, polish those up, and hopefully Dan will get to deliver them at some point to me. We will see. And yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty much it for tonight. But as usual, we're gonna just hang out, have some nice times. I've got actually a bit later on in the evening, I do have a question to ask the chat because you guys are very knowledgeable about games and emulation and all that kind of stuff. So I do want to pose a question to the chat for recommendations on something, but I'll wait for a little bit until we get there. Aha! Foggage Green redeemed. Hats off to you for 10 minutes. Artistic Cooley says Happy Crimson Tuesday. I will get hat. I will get hat. And you know what? Actually, yeah, speak of the devil. I know exactly which hat to grab. There we go. Hopefully this means that Dan will for sure be joining us. I mean, we never know if we're going to get a Dan until we get a Dan. Dan's a busy guy. Stuff comes up for him all the time. And there's no knowing. There's no knowing. Scantron, that's right. You told me how to pronounce it. Scantron, Happy Crimson Tuesday to you. I know, Scantron, you are another rockhound enthusiast person. And yeah, I did want to actually show this piece. I've shown this before, but I did want to show this again. Yes, chance of Dan, I would call, yeah, Dave Ward, I think it's fair to say it's an 80% chance of Dan. Oh, I just put that around my earphone line. Fogger says, I thought the visor had a mirrored bottom for a while. Yeah. No, that's the perfect chroma key of the bill, underside. It is very much. And yeah, this is a piece of quartz that I found on the shores of Lake Ontario, and I polished it up myself, and I wire wrapped it myself, and it's just such a beautiful shape. It's got beautiful clarity to it. Yeah, one of my favorite pieces I've ever found on the shore, and it was free. Yes, Edenwith, actually, we just finished developer update, but I don't mind repeating it. I'm working on the assets for the last gameplay room and the last gameplay chapter of the Crimson Diamond, which happens to be chapter 6. There's still another chapter to go, chapter 7, but yeah, no gameplay is involved in that bit. I also saw on Twitter that Francisco Gonzalez managed to, well, he dove into Adventure Game Studio forums and found a 2016 post that had some really good code for being able to pause an AGS game, which is something we've all wanted for quite a long time, and I'm going to look into implementing that potentially. We'll see. Pascal Brosov, Happy Crimson Tuesday to you. Yes. Slowly but surely, and speaking of slowly but surely, actually, I do have a progress on the cross stitch that I was doing, the Legend of the Sword cross stitch that I was doing, and I guess I'll show that. But first, I will show, because it just happens to be up right now. I will show this month's Crimson Gazette. I do this every month around the mid-month, and it's already June, which is very, yeah, you know how I feel about it already being certain months that I'm not prepared for. But I did want to show this because I do, there is a subscription link on crimsondiamond.com to subscribe to this, but I'm just going to give you guys a quick preview of what's in this month's Crimson Gazette. Anyway, says, thanks for repeating the developer update. What does it mean by pausing the game, like pause mode in old Sierra games so nothing is running in the background? Yeah, so for instance, the most important thing was when there were animations happening, like blocking animations in AGS. Those ones, when in the middle of a blocking animation, you couldn't pause the game. And if in the middle of conversations, you couldn't pause a conversation. But apparently, as of 2016, this problem was solved. We just didn't realize it. And Francisco dug back into that and implemented it into Rosewater and tweeted about it today, which is really exciting. Yes. Yes, these are poppies. Yeah, these are called Oriental poppies, and they're huge and wonderful poppies. And yes, if you're familiar at all with the Wizard of Oz and Princess Ozma, she's got this beautiful crown, a fairy crown with poppies on either side of her head, and it's really gorgeous. Ace, happy Crimson Tuesday. Jim plays games, happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, and these are wonderful. They actually come up every year. And they're wonderful. You can see there's about 10 of them that came up this year, and they don't bloom for that long, but they are gorgeous. And of course, I do love that color. Yes, Foggage Green. Yes, Ozma, our trans queen. Yes, I guess I don't want to spoil it too much for folks, but yes, Ozma does undergo a transformation from one thing to another thing, and she's a pretty cool character, and she's just really a pretty princess, a pretty fairy tale fancy princess lady, and I thought she was awesome when I was a kid. Yes, they don't last very long, these, but they are lovely. Okay, so that is that. And I will talk a little bit about the weather. That's just a thing. And then developer update, which you guys seen. This was cool. This was from Narrowscope, which was in, oh my gosh, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh maybe. And Narrowscope is a really cool, they do an online component and they do an in-person component, and I went to like 4 talks on the Saturday for online, which is really cool. And I was pleasantly surprised to learn that Edmundo, who is a beta tester for Crimson Diamond, did a talk about the history of Adventure Game Studio, speaking of Adventure Game Studio. And he had a slide in there of Crimson Diamond. And Narrowscope will be putting up the talks on their YouTube channel at some point, but that hasn't happened yet. But I will definitely put that in the next Crimson Gazette when it's applicable. Amberzine, happy Crimson Tuesday. And yeah, so you can see I always put all these links to everything. Along the side, I also have the links of stuff that have happened, like the Fireflower Games interview, the Hello Playdate podcast interview, which was really cool to do because I got to talk more about the development of Recommendation Dog for Playdate, and I don't really get that much opportunity to talk about that one, so it was nice to have a really good conversation with Ryan about that. Moving on, there was also, yes, here's the Fireflower Games interview, which is like a written article interview. Hello Playdate podcast, of course, is a podcast interview, so that's all here. I talk about going to Toronto Games Week, which happened a few weeks ago now, and I did go and see Crypto the Necrodancer's Ryan Clark, and he talked about his studio and the twists and turns of being a studio lead, and his like he talked a lot about also hooks of games and all the like other like ways to make your game noticeable and stuff like that. It was a really good talk, and that kicked off the event. Baltimore, happy Crimson Tuesday, good to see you. Meepian, happy Crimson Tuesday. Grindislav, good evening as well. Of course, Grindislav, I was just mentioning the what is it? The revolutionary, as of 2016, development of being able to actually genuinely pause an Adventure Game Studio game, which you did implement into Rosewater, and was it hard to do? That's what I do want to ask you. That's my first question. My second question, Francisco, is are you streaming tomorrow for Wild West Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern? And if so, what are you streaming? Anyways, I look forward to my commute tomorrow, which is often my time to listen to Playdate-related podcasts. A good way to start the day. Yeah, it was fun to talk about the approach that we had to take with Recommendation Dog, because it was a pretty quick a pretty quick project. It was like 6 month turnaround, I would say, and the team was relatively small, and we had to be really mindful of how we were using our resources and our time. Okay, I see. Goodness said it was easy to do, hard to tweak and get working right. That is the pausing in Adventure Game Studio. I will look into that. I will look into that for the Crimson Diamond, and if I have any problems, I'm definitely asking you. Oh, nice. Grindelwald is streaming tomorrow for Rosewater. Animation and some background stuff. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, here we go. And yeah, I did go to, so I went to two in-person events, and one of them was the Crypt of the Necrodancers Brian Clark talk. The other one was at the Fort York Library in downtown Toronto, and it was about video game conservation and video game preservation as well. And it was really, really cool. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff at all, there are some links here to Derek Quenneville and Chris Young, their info and stuff. And that's why the Gazette's good, because it has all the links for everything if you want to find out more about this stuff. And here's also a wonderful Nintendo Famicom with a Famicom keyboard. And this is something I do want to talk about really quickly, is at the end of the talk about video game preservation and conservation, they were saying the best thing you can do if you want to help in this whole venture of preserving and conserving is if you know anybody in the video game industry, kind of back in the day, the start of the video game industry, or all the way through, if you know like family or friends that happen to work for these places and made some of these older games, document their stories. That's really important while they're still around, because the cartridges and CDs and all that stuff, that'll be around, right? And there's plenty of those things for the most part, but the stories behind those those games and the development of those games, those won't be around forever, because those things will get lost unless we take the time to write those things down, commit those things to something beyond just like someone's anecdote. That was their message. I do want to leave you guys with that message in terms of that kind of stuff, because I do think it's really important. Video games is still a pretty new industry, I suppose, and it's really important that we do preserve as much of that as we can, especially those stories of those experiences of the people who were involved in that stuff. Other stuff, of course, this is all stuff you guys have seen before. This is like my fourth wall merch that came in, and that's all the stuff that I ordered. And we did do the giveaway the other day. And here's a close-up of the wonderful bucket embroidery, which I think turned out shockingly well for 6 colors of embroidery. Yes, Grindislav, Crimson Diamond does have a few timers in it. When people score points and stuff, there's like a ding and like a little visual, because it used to just be an audio ding for points happening, but I realized like for accessibility, it's not good to just have an audio prompt for that. It actually is helpful to have a visual prompt for that, and those are on timer, so you can clear them with at the enter key or whatever input you have, or mouse click. But if you don't enter anything in, it times out after like 10 seconds or something. TV Prime, happy Crimson Tuesday, good to see you. Yeah, and I do have a few times, and for a few other things too. And I'm assuming that makes it harder. Oh, timers that count down during repeatedly execute always. Yes, I think I do. I think that's where they are. Although I don't know if they have to be there. They probably don't. But yeah, I have those ones in there, I think. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Yes. Will there be a way to disable point visuals? I think, Dave, that might have been some of your feedback. And I probably could do that pretty easily. So yes, definitely they could very well be a way. It's possible. Here's my bucket t-shirt, so you can see that's a size small shirt, so I guess on a small shirt the bucket looks a lot bigger. Okay, you just need to keep track of those to make sure they only count down when the game isn't paused. Okay. Alright, that doesn't sound too bad. You repeatedly execute always is a terrifying function named in plays games. you probably did, Dave. Yeah, on bigger size t-shirts, I think the print size is the same, so relative to the size of the shirt, it's not that big. But it just so happened to be big on this shirt. I also remind people about my Patreon. I do have a Patreon, and I'm super grateful to my Patreon patrons for their support. And all the patron patrons will have their name in the game credits when the game does launch. Hopefully still this year. I'm still going to hold myself to that. And of course, the links to all like the live streams and the VODs and stuff. for people who want to catch up on that stuff. Craft Corner, this is again stuff you guys have seen, which is the cross stitch, the real in real life version versus the on-screen comparison. And I did also do this. This is the DMC embroidery floss colors that I've used for my EGA palette. That's all in this month's June edition of the Crimson Gazette. Cosmic Void 3. Cosmic Void 3, you've tipped the scale on EGA developers. And that means I get to share with everybody, not all of them, but quite a few modern EGA text parser adventure developers, of which Cosmic Void 3 is one of them. Cosmic Void 3 just finished Warp Cinema for Adventure Game Jam, and also has made a bunch of other games, especially EGA games. There's 3 Tachyon Dream games. Davor is currently working on Fortune and Glory. Kinney Games is working on Signal and Echo Iris is Missing. Mouse Miss has launched Enclosure 3D, which is a free version and a remake of Enclosure, on Mouse Miss's itch.io page. Phil Fortier has made Snail Trek, 4 little sci-fi snail-based text parser games, graphical text parser games, and Slash Studio is making Betrayed Alliance 1 and 2. Definitely check out those projects if you're interested and you love EGA, or you think you might, or also even if you are more interested in using text parser. Edwin says, I wouldn't be surprised if your color matching DMC colors will be a popular piece of info. I don't know. I still don't think it's perfect. Of course, the dark purple is not great, and I tried my hardest with the magenta color in the corner here, and it's just I think it's almost impossible to get it right. I also had a lot of trouble with the light green, but I think that if you darken any of these or brighten any of these colors, you could have a whole other set of DMC EGA colors. And I think I've got enough variations in all these colors that I think it would be pretty easy for me to come up with a secondary palette that will have the same effect but might be brighter or might be darker. Probably darker. But it's all a matter of trying to make them match together. And I talked about this before, but how it was really important to me that in the rug here that you see, the light gray and the light pink would vibrate in the same way as they do on screen. I try to keep those types of effects up as much as possible. It was really important for me also that the dark gray and the dark purple would have that same relationship, although it's not as good. It's a moving target, really. And also depends on the lighting condition. Let's see. Oh, Dave, what are you saying? Guy was in a group making a tile-based game with 10,000 tiles. They were always all being queried every frame, but the only accessor to the tile array returned a copy of the array. They had like 5 frames per second. Oh, Dave, you had the hardest time with the cyan? Cyan wasn't as hard for me. I don't know why. It seemed to match up okay. But I mean, yeah, like looking at the comparison as it is now, I'm like looking at like Nancy and I'm looking at her light cobalt and it seems like it's too dark anyway. And like I said, the lighting makes a big difference too. Okay, next and onward. Yeah, and here of course is the current cross stitch project that I'm working on, which is Legend of the Sword, the death graphics, which I've encountered quite a lot. And you guys have seen me encounter that quite a lot during my Let's Play. I'm still hoping to polish that off soon enough so I can move on with my life and start playing Loom EGA. Oh, hats off to me was 16 minutes ago. Nice. Okay, so that was 16-minute redemption. And yes, and now that more people are here, actually let me get through this first. And yeah, here's the beginning of that. This is something I do want to highlight too. If you love geology and mineralogy, Ontario has some wonderful tours available where you can book guided tours where will give you access to the gear that you need. We'll do a walking tour up to the collection site, and if you fill in the proper waivers, some of these places you can actually collect specimens and bring them home with you. And I'm planning on doing that this summer, which I'm really excited about. But you might be surprised if you also check your own area, or maybe just a road trip away from where you live. There might be options for this type of experience if you're interested. So this is the first time I'm doing it. I'm super duper excited about that. And that's it for this issue of the Crimson Gazette. And please do, you'll find on the main site, like I said, a link or like a little box to subscribe if you want. And considering the volatility of our current social media landscape, it could be really important to have, your own mailing list and cultivate your own mailing list, because who only knows what could happen with anything else at any point in time. I do very much recommend that you subscribe to the mailing list just in case, because that will come straight to your email box and we don't have to worry about odd people doing weird things with their platforms and kind of making them less good. And all that's, I guess that's all I'll say about that. And let's move on to, actually, I do want to show the progress. That's the word. The progress for my current cross-stitching piece, which is the legend. Oh, it actually goes around this way. The Legend of the Sword. I'm starting with the border, and it's coming along pretty quickly actually. So there's that. So there's just the upper and the lower. Sefsi, happy Crimson Tuesday. Yes, Sefsi. Yes, I got your messages. Please let me know about sending you the pack, the giveaway pack. Thank you for your address, but also if you do want to send like a name, I don't even know if whatever name you want to put on there, you can just message me with it with whatever name, or if it doesn't need a name, just let me know and I'll just mail it off. I've got it all packed up and ready to send out. Yes, so there's that. There's that. And I do want to say also that for I've got some really cool redemptions. I've got a board game redemption to show. I've got VHS cassettes, and so if you wanted to do a channel redemption for Show a Fun Book, it would be VHS cassettes, or the board game. I think is what I have. Oh, good. Thank you so much, Stepsy. I will get that out to you. Yes, Pascal Brosso, fantastic. Good time. Would you rather the board game or the VHS cassettes? And there will be a set of 3 VHS cassettes. Board game. Awesome. Okay. Hues and Clues. I don't know the game Hues and Clues either way. Oh, and after I show this, now that we have like a good quorum of people, I will ask you guys my question about emulation and stuff like that. But first, board game. I'm really excited to show this actually. Okay, here we go. This is something that it's one of those things where you have something in your childhood that you really connect with, and then later on in life you reconnect with a lot of that stuff that's in here, and it was just for me a very significant experience as connected to the Crimson Diamond. I can't see. Okay. Masterpiece, the art auction game by Parker. But look at that. Look at that cover. How good is that? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna turn off the chroma key, because the chroma key is interfering with all the grandeur of this. Okay. Right. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, I'll show you the back. You've never heard of this game? Sounds awesome. Okay. I will show you about this, and I'll tell you the significance. Now, this game was kind of my first exposure to great masters paintings, really. And what's really kind of cool about it is, well, here's the board. And you've got like spaces that say stuff like buy a painting from the bank, $250,000, bank auction, private auction. What it's like, and I'll give you a quick. Yeah, it doesn't have that certain version of Clue. I know exactly which version of Clue you're talking about, either way. But what this game is you have well, paper money, as you get with a lot of these games, and the smallest denomination is 50,000 on this. You've got some 100,000. You've got 500,000. You've got $1 million. Monkey Tupe, happy Crimson Tuesday. Yes, Jim Plays Games. This is my original copy from back then. Oh, hats off to you. Is it another hats off to you, Pug? Okay, let me grab another hat. Actually, I don't think I've shown this hat before because I found it in my closet. So let's get the other hat, and then I will finish explaining this game to you. Kind of an appropriate hat. Kind of appropriate. Yes, I've got all that money. Okay. Right. And so part of this is, oops. Hold on. Part of this game is these cards here. And the cards here have all manner of like prices. Oh, look, and there's one that says forgery, right? And what you do is you'll have a collection of paintings at your disposal. And this is where it gets really cool. You've got a collection of paintings. See any familiar ones here? Yes, indeed, isn't there? Lots of familiar, in fact, all of these are probably highly familiar pieces to people. We've got this, Francis Hall's, we've got, oh, a Turner. Is this, oh, yes, it's a Turner piece. This was one of my very first, example, like, oh, this is Canaletto. Wonderful perspective guy. And I would just look at these cards. Of course, this is Degas. Rembrandt van Rijn. This is Rodin. No, sorry, Da Vinci. Da Vinci, of course. Yes, there are descriptions on the back. So every one of these, okay, I'll show you what the back looks like. Okay, this one, of course. Oh, no, not of course. I don't know this person. Peter de Hoog. Let's do one that we know. Let's get a famous one. There was a, let's get the Seurat. Okay. Right, here's the Seurat. On the back, it has information, has Georges Seurat, year, name of the piece, and also, okay, also it's printed in Canada, which is kind of nice, so we don't see that anymore. And it also, what's also really cool is this says the National Gallery, London. And every single one of these pieces is from the National Gallery in London. When I got to go to Adventure X to show the Crimson Diamond, I went to the National Gallery in London and I saw a lot of these pieces on the walls. And it kind of blew my mind because I had this, you know, I was been staring at this game and playing this game for ages. And I never thought I'd see the real paintings in real life. I wasn't even anticipating that I would. But there we go. And how the game is played is you'd have these cards and you'd match them up with these other cards here. $250,000 for Sunflowers by Vincent van Gogh. How do you feel about that? And you got these clips. And you would auction off these paintings to each other, and the bank would also have paintings, and you would try to, you know, pass off the forgery ones and get good prices for the value of the ones that you have. Yes, sold. How old was I when I first played it? I don't remember. I must have been like 5 or 6 years old or something, or 7 or something like that. Foggage Green. You've played this game and enjoyed the game? Oh my gosh. Yes, the cards also, because this is printed in Canada, these cards also have the French as well on them. Judas Butler's Lover, wonderful to see you. I'm glad that you're here. Yes, it's kind of a bluffing game, yes, in a way. They don't have this game on Board Game Arena. I don't know how famous this painting was. I'm sorry, how famous this particular game was. And here are like the little guys. The guys are kind of an interesting shape. They're not your standard dudes, meeples, or whatever these are called nowadays. But yeah, I think I actually probably just looked at these cards more than actually played this game. I used to think this was the prettiest one. I love this one. I don't even know this. Alesso Baldo Venetti, 1426 to 1499. Yeah, I would just love looking at these. I thought we played it a fair amount, but yeah, I wonder if how much of this really affected my appreciation for paintings, right? I saw this one at the National Gallery when I was there in 2019. And yeah, let me tell you, it was really surreal to see these. I saw this one too. To see these on the walls. This one I used to call this one butt chest lady. I mean, for obvious reasons, I suppose. That's some décolletage, isn't it? I don't know if I should cover that for Twitch. Would Twitch mind? Special Carl, good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, I called her butt chest lady. Oh, I also thought she was really pretty. This is Thomas Gainsborough, late Mrs. Siddons. Oh, I thought she was gorgeous. Yeah. I always liked the pretty ladies as a kid. I loved drawing the pretty ladies. I think this was the handsomest man in the set. Goya, the Duke of Wellington. I also saw this one in real life. Really incredible. Really incredible. Yeah, you don't always need to bluff. Honestly, I don't really remember how to play this game. And it's one of those things where when you're a kid, I don't even know if we ever played this correctly. But yeah, we have here is here are the instructions. And also there's also like these cards that tell you distribution of masterpiece value cards, so you could, I guess, do a card counting or something as well. Black Holt and happy Crimson Tuesday to you. Oh, Jim plays games. Have a good sleep. Sleep is the most important thing you could do for yourself, so I hope you have a good one. Yeah, you think Twitch will have a problem with butt chest lady? Put my finger there, right? And I think JBL, I think you're the one that said it's actually more suggestive if you cover stuff up like that. Anyway, I'm really excited I got to share that with you guys, and just that connection that I felt when I saw these in real life. Really a really pleasant surprise. And I'll show the cover again. And now that JBL is here, I will be showing the game trailer for Crimson Diamond. Let me just quickly put this away. Let's show again this awesome board. And it is bilingual, you know. I get well, the board is also bilingual. It's a special Carl. Even back in whenever this was made. In fact, let me see when it was made. We had bilingual instructions, bilingual everything. This is oh wow, this is 1970, made in Canada, but we didn't get this in 1970. Anyway, beautiful board. That looks like, what is that, a Rembrandt or something? What is that? I don't think it says. I don't know. Okay. And one more look at this amazing cover. Yes, I know. Look at that. It's glorious. Le grand maître, I guess. Jeu de enchères d'œuvres d'art. I don't speak French. Oh no, Black Holton says, literally from waking up until going to bed, I've been working ever since last Tuesday. No! You're done as of today. Yay! I'm glad, Black Holton. I'm glad that you're here. Royal Fox Queen. My mom had art books left over from college. Discovered Rubens at an impressionable age. Very good. Very good. Yes. Yes. Oh, ton français est bon. Thank you, the special car. I was gonna say arigato gozaimasu in a French accent, and I'm all mixed around, but yes. Merci. Yep. Maybe that's why I went into art. It was this game. You just never know. You never know. Thank you for the redemption, Foggage Green. Oh wait, that was the hat. Thank you for the redemption, Pascal Brosi. Okay. Right. Filter. I'm gonna keep on. Okay, I will ask you guys. Oh, you know what? First, I will run the trailer, and then I'll ask you guys the question I wanted to ask. And do remember, there's still the VHS redemption. They do want to show, so I will subtly encourage people to redeem for that. But first, happy Crimson Tuesday. Welcome. I do this every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm Julie Minamata, and I'm making the Crimson Diamond, which is an EGA text parser mystery adventure game about rocks and investigation and stuff. And I'm hoping to launch it this year. There is a demo available on Steam and on Itch.io and on Fireflower Games. And I guess I'll put the links. I guess I can do that. What else? Oh, that's just a wish list. Yeah, please do wish list the game also on Steam. There hasn't been a lot of movement there, and I would love to get a bit of a bump on that. Special Carl says, some English-speaking people living in Montreal won't even make the effort. I don't know if I would try to make the effort if I would be in Montreal, because I would feel like afraid of being judged for my awful French. Anyway, says, je ne parle pas français. I would be too scared. And that's my problem with learning languages, is I'm really scared of looking like silly, and I don't try when I should. Okay. SFC, that's when the language police lock up those lazy Anglos. Oh, thank you. Okay. Thank you, Special Carl. I really appreciate that. I feel like, as I'm trying to teach myself Japanese, like the French, like I only took it up to grade 10, so I can't really do much with that, but, you know. It is printed on a lot of stuff in Canada, so it's a good way to keep up, like reading the back of a cereal box or something. But anyway, yes, the Crimson Diamond trailer. Yes, I'm making this game, and I've been making this game for a while. and I've been making every aspect of the game except for the music. Music's been taken care of by Dan Polakar, who we have a pretty good chance of seeing. Dan, let me just check my messages to see if Dan is still available for us. Okay, I've not heard. Okay, no news is good news. Okay, no news is good news. If you've not had the pleasure of watching a stream with Dan, we compose music live here, which is lovely, with his genuine Roland MT32. And you will hear some of his music in the trailer, and you will see some of the gameplay in the trailer. And if you recognize the style of game, there are an amazing amount of games that are made nowadays. I've cited this before, that you can enjoy right now, and a lot of them are for free. I'm going to put that link back up again. Oops. So there's that. If you are interested in more EGA text parser games, definitely check out those links. And I'm going to run the trailer now, and then we're going to get on to my question I'm going to ask you guys, and then we're going to get on to some actual pixel art tonight. Yes. I'm going to turn off the music. Alright, this goes out. JBL, Jukebox Lover, good to see you. This is always out to you. I sometimes do this even when you're not here. I'll give you a shout out. Okay, trailer time. Here we go.
Crimson, Ontario was once a prosperous, lively mining town. But that was a long time ago. Now it's quiet, nearly deserted, and some folks aim to keep it that way. Nancy Maple is an aspiring mineralogist assigned to follow the trail of a dazzling diamond. An intriguing cast of characters has converged under one roof, each meaning to get their own way. Or else. Will Nancy untangle the mysteries and machinations before it's too late? Will the sleepy town of Crimson shine once more? Find out in The Crimson Diamond, an upcoming adventure game by Julia Minamata. The Crimson Diamond demo is available on Steam and itch.io for Windows PC and Mac OS.
Oh, wow, I did not turn down my mic that entire time, so I'm glad I didn't incriminate myself. Okay, here's the question that I have for you guys. Now, I have a friend who is a Mac user, and he's recently been getting really nostalgic about the MS-DOS games he used to play back in the day, and asked me for recommendations on MS-DOS, Mac emulated MS-DOS, and where you most would recommend him to obtain like a library of games from. And I looked this up a little bit, and someone was saying RetroArch, which is kind of like, I guess, like a graphical environment that kind of looks like DOSBox. Does anyone have any? Oh, okay, didn't hear me. Good. Okay, so Jester Jeffy, Happy Crimson Tuesday, Jester Jeffy. Okay, so suggestions are, because I don't know how like much into the tech aspect of it is, so whatever would be easiest to do and to implement. ScumVM plus DOSBox plus archive.org. And DOSBox has Mac support, but I was thinking of Defend, which is what you guys turned me on to, but Defend only has a like a PC version, and I wanted it to make it as easy as possible for him to like have a nice graphical interface where you could just load stuff up. Okay, so Sefsi also says RetroArch. Okay, RetroArch. Oh yeah, and also, okay, so GOG as well. Of course, Steam. Disaster Squad, Happy Crimson Tuesday. I've been well, yeah. Development is coming along, and I can't complain. It just, of course, as usual, slower than I'd like. Okay, DOSBox, Social Gaming on Max, My Abandonware. Okay, My Abandonware. Yeah, well, I'm not saying if he's looking for front end, but I would like to recommend an easy to use front end, because DOSBox is all great and all well and good and stuff, but yeah, you still got to enter in some command line stuff, which is like not ideal, I would say. Okay, so let me just double check this. And how you've been doing, Disaster Squad? Yeah, you finished your third game, so what are you up to now? Are you planning your third one? Are you planning your next one after your third game, or are you taking a break? Looking for fun. Okay, download section, DOSBox. Okay, nice. Okay, in download section, DOSBox. DOSBox has a list of front ends and what that's really good. What OS they support. That's awesome. Okay, so I will. That's definitely a good starting point. And yes, okay, RetroArch as well. Okay, so emulating PC98 games. Yes, DOSBox X fork, right. Straightforward Scum VM. Okay. Oh, nice! Disaster Squad, you're remaking your first game, which is 14 years old. That's fantastic. Okay, so for adventure games, yes, but I'm like looking. I'm thinking of like those kind of like DOS games, like those booter games, kind of more arcadey. Do people like? I guess I mean, there's no reason Scum VM couldn't run that stuff either, I suppose. But great. Thank you very much, you guys. I will definitely pass those suggestions on. Okay. And now I think we're gonna get. Oh, and yeah, I did take off the hat for the second hats off to you, Redemption. We're gonna move into some actual work. You know, wow, it's 8:41. It's not our worst showing, but certainly not our best. Okay. At this point, you should be seeing the Photoshop stuff. And my most proudest and most recent addition to this, of course, was the kitty cat. There he is. There he is. Because I didn't like what was filling that space in the first place, and I think the cat is perfect, and the cat looks like the cat from King's Quest 3, which I'm really happy with. Okay. Oh, eating away. You should totally make playdate versions of games. Like, I love how Robot Spacer's making a playdate version of the game. He's making a world builder. It just almost seems like we're just coming full circle with that, which is awesome. Ooh, Mac Venturist with combat. Nice. Disaster Squad. Oh, you should definitely look. I don't know if you want to look about putting that onto the playdate, but Robot Spacer's done a really fantastic job with putting it on playdate. That's great. Okay, here we go with this piece. And yeah, it looks like almost that this is... We were adding light and shadow to this room, as you can see. There's been trying to give it some more, make it look more real, so to speak. Oh, thank you, Special Crown. I'm glad you're liking how this is looking. At this point, it's just the fun part of adding like little details to give this a greater sense of, yeah, realism, which is, I mean, you know, it's not that real, but it could use a bit of touches, I think. And one of those things which we can look into is, yeah, putting some like texture and some detail on. I guess we can start with this bookshelf. Of course, I'll start a new layer for this. Now, not name it. Oh, Ace, I'm glad you like the dragon. Edenway says, Scum VM support for games keeps growing. Great for AGI, SCI, Sierra games, Scum, LucasArts, Grim E games, Grim Fandango, and Monkey Island 4, even The Longest Journey. Okay. But if it was just for like, yeah, a bunch of like arcade games and stuff like that, I guess like DOSBox is probably best. And yeah, I'll look at RetroArch, which is something I can't really take a look because I think that's for Mac. But yeah, I mean, I will also look at the DOSBox list of compatible front ends too. You have a copy of Rise of the Dragon next to you. Nice, eating with. That was a lot of fun. I gotta say, I'm a big fan of Rise of the Dragon. Yeah, what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna. Oh, why is a crosshair? Why is that a crosshair right now? Oh, pencil tool. Okay, I'm gonna just start. I think going into this with just trying to give it some, yeah, texture really, right? I don't know. Maybe some. Yeah, just kind of darken this up in some places maybe, kind of make these edges a bit like more rounded so that it feels not as blocky really. And I don't really have any game plan for this. I'm just gonna go with my gut on it. And Goman-sama, yeah, I mean, I might add some suggestion of some bricks as well. That's why I did pull some visual reference for that too. And that's definitely something I'm gonna look into because, yeah, it's, these walls are very, you know, black. Ooh, JBL says, in unrelated news, I've made a documentary with a few of my classmates as a big semester project we had to do for our program. I had to do animation for the first time. It was hard. Yeah, animation is hard. Not for the kind of stuff I do, because I'm just doing really, really basic low res animation. But yeah, classical animation and just like higher res animation, 3D animation. My gosh, I have a lot of admiration for people who do that. It's a heck of a lot of work, and I don't work anywhere near fast enough. Oh, One-Eyed Freakbot, thank you so much for the raid. Good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. I hope you're well. What have you been up to on your streams? I think I'm actually gonna add, yeah, I can add some shadow is the word I'm looking for here. Yes, welcome, readers. Jackie Daggers, happy Crimson Tuesday. Oh, okay, Edenway says, I've also used VirtualBox for emulating PC. Wouldn't recommend it. Okay, gotcha. Edenway has been using DOSBox many years, both PC and Mac. Wonderful. Okay, wonderful. Oh no! One-Eyed Freakbot says, having a nervous breakdown trying to beat Bleak's sword. Ooh, that sounds cool. Dare not attempt 3D, even bad 2D animation is charming, so I went with that. Yeah, I think it's a lot easier to get away with badness in 2D. You don't have to. Like, I think 3D animation like is very like honest, and there's nowhere to hide. Resplendent Seraph, good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Bleak Sword is crazy. Let me look. Oh my gosh. I'm scared. The name sounds scary, actually. I will say that the game that kind of brought me closest to just like, yeah, flipping out basically, it was I would say it could very well have been Mortville Manor. Because it was just, it didn't want me to finish it, and it was fighting me at every turn, and I could feel it. And I was on that last gameplay action, and it just was not working, and I was getting tired of that game. It fascinated me though. It did. It really fascinated me, but it got to be too much for my little brain to handle. Yeah, JBL says, I opened Blender and it was like I was transported to Star Trek ship and asked to fly it at warp speed. Yeah, Blender. Yeah, I managed to make 2 environments in Blender last summer, JBL, and my gosh, yeah, it's like I'm not even gonna say it's like learning a new language. It's a completely different context that I'm used to, and it's yeah. My sympathies. I might go back and I might learn a bit more. I might learn a bit more Blender eventually, but not if I don't have to. Bleak Sword. Yikes. What is that a new game? One-Eyed Freakbot. And what makes it hard? Is it hard because it's a hard game, or is it hard because it's designed not great? Ooh, Edenwith, you got a 16-color version of Rise of the Dragon. Nice. Yeah, JBL. Yeah, it's a completely different geologic era. Oh, it came out 3 weeks. Okay, so it's a new game. Is it? Yeah, is it hard on purpose, or is it inadvertently hard because of like controls and design and stuff? I'm wondering if I should have more shadow here. Let's try that. Yeah. This could be a disaster, maybe? This is the kind of the fun slash not fun part of this is just kind of noodling around, just seeing what works and what doesn't work. Oh, I like that actually. Okay. Yeah, oh, you just need to learn how to use the program, Ace. Yeah, you're right. Once you get the rest isn't so bad. Totally. Totally. Okay, the devs knew what they were doing. Okay, so it's just a hard game. Gotcha. Anatomy for sculptors to help craft characters. Yeah, anatomy. Yes. When you're drawing people, it's really important. Yeah. No one wants to think that, but it is true. And yeah, JBL, the cat is a new addition. It's it's there because I didn't like what was there before, and yeah, everyone likes a cat. I'm gonna make its tail lashing impatiently. Yeah, I think I like that. Yep, I think I do. I might even do more of it. We'll see. Let's do one passive at first. Although I will say I don't know how necessary it is for artists to actually learn the names of the muscles. You just kind of have to know what they look like. Kind of like, I don't know. That's how I feel about it a little bit. Because we don't really need to talk about those muscles. We just need to be able to show them. Oh yeah, yeah, anyway, the cat would be very much judging everybody that's in the scene. Yeah, I like this. I like it. I like the lighting here on this. Oops. Oops. Yep. Okay, this is really already holding together better. Nice. Good cat, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna make him blinking. The easy animations, right? Like the blinking and just a little bit of that tail moving back and forth. Should be nice. Yeah, it's the form that matters. When I needed to reference the book, I knew the name, but not now. Only a few names I remember. Yeah, yeah. There's only a few names I remember too, because yeah, you don't. Even if you're talking about it with other artists, you can just kind of point or say, "Oh, the muscles, the trapezius muscle, or the big bulb muscle here on the side, or this muscle, or you just." Because you know what? I mean, really, really, honestly, if you don't come from like a background of drawing comic book people, like comic book characters, at least like maybe not like less so nowadays, but in the 90s, comic book characters, you saw every single muscle on them, and some muscles that didn't even exist. In which case, yeah, it kind of like it really helps to know every single muscle. But if you're drawing like normal looking people, you don't really need to know every single muscle. You just need to know the major muscles, really, what they look like. Because yeah, you're not going to be seeing every single one of those things, really. Ideally. Yeah, exactly. Either way, yeah, the blinking animation, pretty easy, pretty standard. Yeah, exactly, yeah. The anti-tragus needs to be more prominent. Yeah, exactly. Yes, and goodness of, yes, very good point. Um, Rob Liefeld is a really good example of, yeah, I mean, well, there are tricks available. Maybe overused, but yeah, I mean, sure, there are tricks available if you don't want to draw certain things, but people will notice if you do it too much, and they might give you trouble, but hey, it's up to you how much you want to show of feet. No, JBL, your grandma's biceps not that developed? Oh, yes, yeah. Add muscles to males, subtract bones from females. Yeah, what a time. What a time to be alive. Um, but I think now that I don't know, I'm not really into comics anymore, but I'm hoping nowadays at least that it's more, like people kind of sure they're muscular, but you're not going to see like weird extra muscles and I don't know, something a bit more relatable. And also just the way that the costumes are drawing. Like now it's nice to see like folds and places where it's not just like a spray paint job on a character. Like it actually looks like clothing on a person. Kind of nice. Ooh, I remember reading a guide that he made for Wizard magazine, and it started with delete bones from the rib cage. I've got some Wizard magazines. I don't have them here for redemption or anything, but I do have some of those. Hmm. And Goddess said, let it be quadricep. She was well pleased with her work. Yeah, the major ones that'll show up on people for the most part is fine. If you're just drawing regular, normal people. And even still, with really muscular people, like you're not going to see everything unless they're on stage at Mr. Olympia, and they're all like dehydrated and stuff. You're not gonna. It's just the skin is not gonna look like that anyway. So, anyway. This is the part where I'm gonna add even more of that black and see if I like it or not. The letter 10. Hi, happy Crimson Good Tuesday. Good to see you. Yeah, bones. We got a lot of ribs, right? I mean, how many do you need, really? But yes, the 90s. Oh, show off one book. Fog is green. Okay, so that means the VHSs. That's excellent. Okay, I'm looking forward to this. Oh, yeah, okay, JBL, that's true. I think it's more that superheroes wear outfits so skin tight they might as well be naked. But I sometimes do wonder if it was a thing of like, because drawing clothes on a person is hard, and I can understand why people would want to get away from that. Yeah, lumberjack Bill, like Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. He had to eat a lot of junk. Okay, here we go. Fog is green. Redeem. Show a fun book. Fantastic. But yeah, I think adding a bit of that darkness is. You know what? I might even pull out some of that dither. We talked about that the other day. I think I'm going to start getting into that on this. But first things first. We're gonna do my redemption. These are, I told you guys. Yeah, there's some VHS cassettes around here. The other day I showed my Jurassic Park VHS because that came out 30 years ago. And I also showed Sneakers. JBL, did you watch Sneakers yet? With Robert Redford, Sidney Poitier, Dan Aykroyd, River Phoenix. An embarrassment of riches of a cast. And a lot of fun. That's one of my favorite movies. But I'm going to show you guys some other movies. And this is kind of, I guess, like thematically related to Father's Day, which just happened the past weekend. And my dad, his family grew up. He was always proud to say, I mean, he's not with us anymore. He died in 2019. But he was always proud to say that his family like came from a part of Japan that is famous for the ninja clans. And not to say that was his excuse for being fascinated by ninjas and samurai, but he was always like, yeah, both Koga and Iga clans, apparently in one area, they were kind of like had their schools or whatever. And all the kids used to pretend to be ninjas and things like that. Oh, Pixel Turkey, happy Crimson Tuesday. Oh, wow. You listened to River by Natalie Merchant, a tribute to River Phoenix. Oh, lovely. But yes, I have. So my dad, one of the things, he loved samurai movies, he loved ninja movies, so I've got some ninja VHSs to share with you guys. Let me turn off the filter. Okay. First up. Ninja Assassins. It says here, thought, word, deed, and art of killing of the bionic warrior in the ways of the ninja. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. Ah, yes. Ninja Assassins. Please rewind tape. I'll read the back. Oh, I'll show you the back too. Here is the back. The back doesn't, it's never going to look as cool as the front. Really? Okay. We've got starring Kelly Steve, Alan Hemmings, Rick Wilson, Peter Chan, Andy Mann, Jack Young, Pauline Chow, and Alex Baker. You miss your VHS collection, letter 10 sometimes. Team Sneakers, Pixel Turkey, yay! Yeah, and thank you so much for the sub. Okay, let's read the back. Be kind, please rewind. Okay, go Godfrey Ho Energy, let's see. Okay, Ninja I'm trying to make it so there's no glare. Okay. Top agents of the KGB and CIA battle to possess a startling new scientific discovery. Possess is misspelt, so it says posses. In the right hands, the discovery will create an end to famine and war. In the wrong's hands, its misuse will certainly destroy the world. The KGB-supported ninja organization, headed by the infamous infamous. Number 0 gains possession of the secret. CIA agent Tommy must single-handedly defeat the ninja and get the secret microfilm back. It seems a hopeless task, but being as brave as he is, Tommy tries every means. Finally, after learning super ninjutsu power from the Supreme Master, Tommy defeats the evil number 0 and destroys the ninja organization. This is from... Whoa, suggested retail. Wow. Suggested retail says $59.95. Can almost guarantee that my dad did not pay $59.95 for this movie. When was this released? An 85-minute runtime. A brisk 85 minutes. Yeah, I don't know when this was made. Oh, 1988. Neon Video. Copyright 1988 Neon Video. BMD Nerd, happy Crimson Tuesday. Was there a remake of this movie? Maybe. Yeah, it was 60. It says suggested retail. It's, you know, I could suggest any number, you know. So that's the first one. I will show all 3 of them because why not? Next we have Death Code Ninja. A madman's greed is no match for a ninja's awesome power. Thomas Tang production. John Wilford, Mike Abbott in Death Code Ninja, starring Judy Barnes, Edgar Fox, Ivan Tin, Julie Luck, Kent Poon, and Peter Sung. Transworld Entertainment. Okay. Culinary Disaster, thank you so much for the raid. Happy Crimson Tuesday to you. How are you doing? And what were you up to? Maybe. I remember when renting VHS Eating Way says, what the Transformers the movie had something like a 50 USD price tag on it. Oh, interesting. Mr. Dave Lister, good to see you by the way. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Says, I think movies were more expensive when sold to video stores to be rented before they made it into general circulation for home use. Gotcha. Oh, $160 adjusted for inflation from 1988 to $60. Tomba 2 on PS1. Ah, congratulations. Fantastic. I think those are both ninja. I just think it's really faded. Okay, let's find out about this one. This one says, okay, well, screenplay by Frank Lewis, director of photography Rick Harmon, action director Felix Tong, special effects by Andy Berlin, associate director Dolly Young, produced by Thomas Tang, directed by Tommy Chang. 90 minutes. Oh, price $59.95, price slightly higher in Canada. Yes. Tomba 2, congratulations. How did you find it? I heard some people say things about the music in that. Okay. The whole world teeters on the brink of destruction when the superpowers battle an infamous ninja warlord for possession of a crucial war plan. To satisfy his uncontrollable greed for money and quench his incredible thirst for power, Lewis Smith, John Wilford, head of the notorious ninja squad, pits nation against nation as he offers the invaluable Asian Star Wars strategic map to the highest bidder. Asian Star Wars strategic map. In a desperate effort to preserve world peace, the United States sends Special Agent Brent, Mike Abbott, to negotiate with Smith for the map and prevent the Soviet Union from obtaining it. But when the transaction is completed, the treacherous Smith has Brent killed and retrieves the map. Now it's up to the dead man's fellow agent Henry, Edgar Fox, to avenge his partner's brutal murder and prevent Smith and the Soviets from instigating World War III. Oh nice, you followed me from Robot Spacer. Nice. On the shoutouts, thank you. I'm glad to hear that, Culinary Disaster. I'm also glad to hear you're excited for Crimson Diamond. Hi Hal, hi Golden Drake, happy Crimson Tuesday. The historical documentary. Yeah, what's interesting always about these ninja movies is it doesn't really seem to ever star Asians. Anyway, third movie. So I've just brought 3 of these out. This one, Ninja Terminator. Not rated. What does it say? Ninja Theater, hosted by Sho Kosugi. Kosugi-san. Okay. This one, Wang Cheng Li with, I don't know, it's really cut off. I can't read this whole thing, but anyway, here's the back. Sho Kosugi. Ninja Theater. Ninja Theater is just such a great term. Those are two words that don't seem like they'd go together. And I like how ninja's in that the wonton font. That's nice. You you love Terminator? Well, Hudson, you love Terminator, you love Ninja, you're gonna love Ninja Terminator, probably. Ace, I was watching Harakiri and like Tanzato Ishii's movies a while back. What's interesting about Japanese films is that they will come out with the same movie over and over again, like every year. They'll come up with a new Zatoichi or whatever. Okay, this one. I see. This one's kind of hard to read because you'll see that it's cut off. So I'm gonna do my best. Ninja Terminator. Oh, let's look at this. Oh yeah, 92 minutes. Not bad. Please rewind the tape. There's a $1 charge if you don't. Okay. Okay. The divine power of the Ninja Empire is embodied in a gold statuette known as Gold Ninja Warrior. Senor Jefe, thank you so much for the follow. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Senor Jefe played the Crimson Diamond demo. Oh no, how do I do this? Wait, Twitch has one. Twitch has the shout out. No, wrong backsplash. Oh, shout out. Okay. Shout out. Oh no! Oh, no. Oh no, it's not working. I know, it's not auto-populating. Oh, there it is. Okay, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. No, I watched your VOD, and thank you so much for playing. Richard Harrison? Is this Richard Harrison? Okay, anyway, let me finish reading about Ninja Terminator. Right. Okay, I'll start again. The divine power of the Ninja Empire is embodied in a gold statuette known as Golden Ninja Warrior. Anyone who possesses all three parts of the statue will have superhuman strength. Harry, Baron, and Tomashi, 3 students of the Ninja Empire, steal one part. 2 years later, Tomashi is murdered, and Harry and Baron each send a henchman to reclaim Tomashi's part of the statue. However, Yamato, also from Ninja Empire, has plans for the statue and he attacks with brutal force. The climax is a duel between 3 ninjas fighting to determine who will be the Ninja Terminator. A lot of these movies are online for free, in HD even, so you can see how cheap the costumes really were. Aww, I think it's really charming. And yeah, I guess my dad must have got these from maybe a video store that was going out of business or something, and that's why they were selling off their suggested retail $60 VHSs. But anyway, did want to show that, and so I do want to wish a happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there. My father loved this type of a thing. He watched tons of this stuff. Samurais and ninjas. There we go. Thank you for the redemption so much. Foggage green. Great. We're gonna move back. I should change my tag also to art. Category art. Great. Thank you. Okay. Back to this. Oh, let me just also check just to make sure that we still are having an incoming Dan. Okay, Dan has not said no. Okay. Great. Yes. Okay. Adding more. Yeah, that really helps me, I think, with this piece. And yes, let's look into adding some dithering. And I did have a dither saved in one of these groups that oh, there it is. Let's duplicate that. Actually, I wanted a black one. Never mind. Okay, let's duplicate this one. Let's really get in the weeds with this dithering stuff. Okay. Because let's see if indeed what could actually help this more is dithering, adding some black dither in these areas, right? Oops. And also the top of that shelf also is way too bright. Yes. I think so, I think so. Yep, that's helping. Oh, 80s ninjas are a regular feature of Forgotten VCR stream. Nice. Yeah, oh, that's helping. That's helping a lot. That's helping a whole lot. Cat's getting a little bit lost, but you can still it still reads as a cat. Yeah, that's helping me quite a bit. Okay. And actually, I'm going to take this dither as well. And hear it out. Dither to my heart. Tell me it is hue or just a shade. I can't tell the reference. Oh, what's happening? Oh. What's going on? Oh, it's the wrong color. Okay. Okay, hold on. I thought this was the dark red, which is the one I want. Okay. Okay. I think this will also help knock some of this back. Okay. Yeah, just starting to slowly fix everything that kind of is jumping out at me as not something I like. There we go, that's already better. Just this whole thing as a whole might be better like that. Or maybe it's okay like that. Oh, I'm glad you like the beams on the side, Cosmic Void. In fact, I might start dithering some of that back too. Golden Drake, I used to love reading books about ninjutsu and samurai to some extent. Really is fascinating stuff. Ninja are fun. I'm trying to decide which one I like more. Are ninja cooler? Snowy Pine, happy Crimson Tuesday. Good to see you. It could be that ninja are cooler. Because they're sneaky. Yeah, let's take a look about. Let's try to knock some of this stuff back. What if I totally just knock those back like that? Yeah, that helps. That helps. Musashi. You like Musashi? Some people like Zatoichi. And let's see about actually dithering this one back. But I feel like this will look better. Maybe dithered dark gray. Oops. Yeah, I think my heart is saying dark gray dither, so we're gonna need a dark gray dither. Yeah, this is what I do every time with these. I just start filling them in like this, which is probably not the most efficient way to do this, but that's okay. I'll soon have I'll have these all done. Knock this back, knock this back, knock that back. Yep, I like that better. And then the front, we kind of figured that the front was also a bit bright. Let's move Jack over. Nope. Yeah, that is too bright for where it is. I'm gonna dither that back with the dark green. Let's do a dark green dither. Golden Drake, yes, I do think ninja are cooler personally. I do love the samurai aesthetic, some aspects of the philosophy as well. Once studied samurai swordsmanship for several months. Iaido, not kendo. Yes, yes, I'm a little familiar with Iaido, and it is really cool. JBL, have a wonderful sleep. Good night. Thank you for popping by. Appreciate it. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Well, the samurai armor, for sure, is, like, super cool. Like, there's not really, like, ninja, like, anything as cool, ninja-wise. And, of course, katana are super cool. I don't know. But I love the sneaky aspect, of course. And when I'm playing, like, D&D and stuff, I always default to sneaky characters. So that could be that's my general, how I generally would lean. Let's see here. This might be just easier to not do contiguous and just mask out everything that isn't the cabinet. Oop. Like that. Right. Yeah, that's probably for the best. And then I'm probably gonna also dither that back too. I wonder if I should make it the gray. I mean, or the green. Ah! Maybe that needs to be the light green. Maybe that needs to be the light green. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad you're liking the way it's looking. I love adding... Oh, whoops. Turn that on. Let's just dither everything. Let's dither every little thing. Dither it right up. Okay, we're gonna need... I need that light green as well. So I put this up here. I know I should just, if I was better organized, I would have a repository of these masks and not have to make them every time. That's fine. Let's check on Dan. Dan usually pops in around 9:30, so we're going to be coming up to Dan rather soon, I think. There we go. Yeah. That's helping. It was way too bright before. Let's actually put all the dithers in its own dither folder so we can compare. Dithers. Yep. It's like magic. It's magic. And let's see, why don't we also look into doing that for... It's interesting because this top layer should actually be bright. Because the light, that's where the lights are. Let's briefly flirt with the idea of making the top of this yellow, and then immediately take it back. Oops. Oh, man. Okay, well, anyway. Yeah, that's terrible. That's really bad. Well, I had to try. It might not be that bad if I do there also with, if I make the underneath of that, maybe if I make that, lighter, the light gray, that could work. Let's try that. Maybe I don't hate it. I might not hate it. Maybe you could add some hard light areas on the shelf rather than it being all yellow. That's true. That's true. Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's try that. In which case, I'm going to, yeah, let's just add on the front edge, because that's where the light it would be. Let's do that. And maybe we'll even dither it if it's really not working. I don't hate that. Maybe a suggestion also of that, but not all of it. Oops. No, that's too noisy. I think it's too noisy. Yeah, it's too noisy. And maybe we can even break it up here as it is. Oh, no, hold on. Give me 1 second. In fact, oh, you know what, this actually might be better. Oh, shoot, no, that's not what I wanted, this. Yeah, if you just break it up a bit to, like, I get it. Yeah, this could work. I think, the Dan looks like, the Dan might not be able to make it. Okay. No Dan, unfortunately, you guys. We were so close. We were this close to getting a Dan. But, what that means, though, is we'll be doing more of this, and then we'll also be getting to play some Legend of the Sword later in the evening. And maybe we'll finish that game. We'll see. Yes, the Dan makes us sad. Yes, Dan's life is full of life, and sometimes he can't make it, which is totally understandable. Oh, Goat's Pirate. Okay, I thought she was going to do yellow dither spot in the middle for the center light. You know what? That's mighty tempting. Yes, life does happen to you. Ted Bob 84, good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yes, no, Stefsy, I'm definitely gonna make the cat blinking. But yeah, you know what? Let's try that too. Why not, right? I actually, that sounds really cool. So what that's gonna be like is we're gonna just get rid of that, and we're going to do ellipses on there. This is why I like having you guys here for this, because you guys have these really neat ideas. Where I don't know if I'm actually gonna necessarily do it, but definitely want to try. And then actually, here and here. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. No, stop it. No. You know, that actually, when combined with a bit of this, and then we can break it up a little bit. Hold on. Okay. This might be cool. I like the exploration aspect of this. So sorry for saying that Dan would be on, but yes, duty calls. And then also what we can do is break this up some more by making it. Oop. Oh, you know what? Also, okay, I get it. Okay. I got it. We can kind of give it a kind of we take some of the edge off here, and then we extend it so that it looks like there is like that. Alright, so it kind of looks kind of spotlighty, maybe? Hey, more dithering. It's always a good way. It's a good first option. Oh, Jetstreamer, good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Says, do you take inspiration from a certain game? Sort of reminds me of Loom. It is, well, part of it is like this particular room is very much inspired by Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade EGA version, and here's what that looks like. You can see, yes, very much the way that that's kind of organized is kind of like that. Ooh, I like the light. I'm gonna add another one over here. But also, a lot of this game is very much inspired by the Colonel's Bequests, which I think I've got some reference in here for that. But basically, any EGA game is an inspiration for me. But let's see. Yeah, here, this is from Colonel's Bequest. It's a beautiful game. Oh, look at the light. Every time I look at this game, so good. So good. In fact, this is a really good reference for the floor, because I do want to rough up the floor some. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I do want to rough up the floor some. Now let's look at some of these other examples. Do I have any other good examples of a floor? Oh yeah, here's a floor here. There's a floor in this room, but that's covered in wood, so that's not gonna work. Oh, this is also a floor. Yeah, when I do Let's Plays, I've been Let's Playing just EGA games because I'm finding it extremely... Oh, here's another one. I'm finding extremely educational. Yeah, this is what I love the most. This is my happy place. This is my childhood. Actually, this one's pretty much the same as this one, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. This one also is kind of like, that's also wood floor, which we don't want. We want kind of like a stone or concrete floor, so these are what we're gonna be looking at mostly. Yeah. Yes, these are the limitations that I love so much. And all my other pixel art that I've done for other games have been even more limited than this, which is kind of funny. Like recommendation dog for Playdate is like black and white. Space World Organ Trading Simulator was also like one color, like green and black. And I love it. It's really, I'm really excited when I get to just be even more limited. Because I've told you guys this, I'm one of those type of a person who if I'm going to a restaurant I've never been to before, I want to see the menu ahead of time. Like I'll go to the website and see what the menu is, because I will just become paralyzed with choice if I'm not familiar with the menu. Yeah, I really like, and also like looking at the way that you see the way that the lines happen here on Last Crusade. We can do some of that here to give almost like a here. Oop, nope, that color. See that just a 1 pixel kind of a oop, to give it a little bit of like a textury type of a thing, right? Right. Just a little bit of a touch of like a broken up line. Actually, yeah, seeing the menu very important. Fog screen agrees. Yeah. Because yeah, I mean, it depends on how I'm feeling, what I feel like eating, the ingredients and what they're known for. Also, like prices and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot going on in that decision. And then, of course, I will also ask for recommendations from the servers. Eating with. I visited this restaurant in Buena Vista, Colorado, where they had a very limited set of meals each night, pretty much 2 or 3 dishes, but things came out very quickly because there were also only a few things to make. Yeah, I mean, that's what they, of course, that's what they always say about good restaurants will have like 5 things on the menu. Yeah, with something like Denny's where there's like hundreds of things on the menu, I mean, how can they really guarantee freshness? So, I mean, not that you're looking for freshness at a Denny's, but yeah, something limited is much more preferable because they'll be super focused on those items. Yeah, fog screen. I feel calm, cool, and collected when I can glance down at a menu and say, yes, I would like the X. Thank you. Having already studied the menu for 20 minutes before arriving. Well, that's the, yeah. I mean, you feel like, yeah, I look decisive. Um, yeah, because the thing is, if I go to a new place and I'm going with friends, and I sit down and I get a new menu, all of a sudden I cannot talk to my friends because I have to focus on the menu. Whoops. That becomes like, yeah, that's absolutely key. And I'm sorry I can't talk to you right now. I know that's what we're here for. Ostensibly, we're here to talk to each other, but I need to focus on this menu right now. Okay, where's the color? Oh, no. I messed that up, didn't I? No. Undo. Redo. Okay. And here. Right, there we go. And then underneath, we're going to paint this color here. Sepsi, I love when you ask for a menu, they give you a slip with a QR code. I need that QR code before I get there. Also, I like to see like the design of a menu. Like I don't want it just to be a simple web page. I want to see their layout and like what font they picked and if they're, you know, photos and all that. I actually prefer our actual real life menu. But it can be handy to have that. Like if I'm waiting for a table, it's nice to be able to get the menu if I haven't already looked at the menu for whatever reason before I got there. Anyway, it says Denny's is 50-50 for me. Half are alright, other half are horror stories. The one I visited in Niagara Falls was fine, just pricey like most places in that town. Yeah, it's definitely a touristy type of a place. But I will say, like, yeah, I mean, with Denny's, what I would usually do is I'd get stuff like probably an egg dish or something that's kind of hard to mess up. Yeah, there's definitely things I wouldn't order from a Denny's. Like I'm not ordering a steak from a Denny's, you know, or like some kind of like steamed fish, something that really requires like careful amount of like a concentration of what is the doneness level. But yeah, I'll get eggs, I'll get pancakes. I won't get a salad probably from Denny's. I'll get soup, maybe. If soup, but soup's probably really salty. Sandwiches I'd probably get too. Karasala, it's good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Karasala says, if I get a menu and talking to friends, there's a 90% chance we won't have even looked at the menu before the waiter comes back asking if we picked something to eat. And I always feel like I've let this person down, right? Like there's a social contract is I come to the restaurant, I sit down, I get a menu, and I should be prepared for when the server comes. And if I don't, I'm so sorry that I've let you down. Ooh, anyway, says if you need to figure out the font, what the font is on that menu, recommend the app. What the font? That's awesome that they have that. Oh, okay, steak and eggs from Denny's. Ace, it was okay. I'm afraid it would. How was the steak? Like it was probably like, was it? Can you even order a medium rare steak at a Denny's or a rare steak? Is that a possibility? IHOP. Yeah, TV Prime. Yeah, I get like yeah. I mean, if it's called IHOP, if it's at the House of Pancakes, I'll get pancakes for sure. Waffles. Question if the eggs are actually eggs eating with it at Denny's. I don't know. I feel like the eggs would be a pretty safe choice. No, we don't feel that way. I kind of like this. I kind of like that look. Thank you for suggestion. Oh, you don't remember it, Ace? Yeah. I mean, well, I'll breakfast food I'll eat like tater tots. I like a tater tot. I like eggs Benedict a lot. I don't know if I've probably gotten that at a Denny's, but something like an omelet sounds like it's like pretty easy to do. Okay, that's kind of nice. And I also feel like, yeah, I definitely want to add some amount of thisness to this which would mean let's try a little bit of darkening under stuff or darkening near the underneath of these items because they do feel floaty right now. So let's look into that. How Fox Green, I usually ask for the check like as soon as possible after ordering my food. Do not enjoy being ready to leave but have to wait for the server. I'm kind of on the fence about that practice, Fox Green, because sometimes I feel like, what if I want more? You know? Maybe I'm going to want more food, and maybe we'll be here for 3 more hours and I'm going to want more food, and the idea that they could just have another check for me prepared, I don't know. I feel when I'm ready to go, that's when I ask. I tend to ask. Yeah, there we go. Nelson, the most in-depth Denny's discussion I've had so far today. Fog is green. I will not be having dessert. I want to be able to leave at will when I'm ready, thank you. That's it. That, you know, speaking of at will to leave, actually, Fog is green, this is something I didn't do until like way later in my life. Checking out of hotels. You can just leave, right? Because like it's all done by credit card, right? And they kind of slip the receipt under your door. And you don't have to go to the front desk to say, excuse me, I'm leaving. I'm terminating my stay with you. You can now, you know, no, you can just leave. And that's great. I didn't realize that. And I don't know why I didn't think about that until way later. But yeah, the whole checking out thing is like not a necessary thing to do. Oh, Foggy Screen says, with a TV Prime, with lights as it is, doesn't look like anything is over top the lab table. That is true, and I could probably fix that. I could just fake it by adding a light, like a light source there, or not. Well, I mean, I feel like the top of the shelving is so much closer to the thing. Although they should be forward, right? So maybe I'll adjust these so that it looks like the lamps are not right over the metal shelving, because why would they be? Yeah, in fact, let's fix that part. I know I was starting on this, but I'll leave this for now. Okay. I'm going to adjust this, I think. Because yeah, you raise a good point. You raise a good point. Let's fix those. I'm gonna just try to eyeball this. Okay, so you're admitting that it sometimes happens. You say, I will tip them above and beyond if I have to request an extra check. This is the eventuality that I'm definitely like is my concern, and you've just totally copped to the fact that it can happen on occasion, right? But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not the end of the world. It's just this idea of I didn't stick the landing on this social interaction. Actually, yeah, this should be more. Oh, Foggy Screen says, I feel more comfortable checking out and letting them know they can send the cleaners in. I just take the, like the do not disturb off the door, and then they'll figure it out. Because like checkout is at a certain time, so as long as you're out of there by that certain time, then I don't feel like I'm making anyone's life more difficult, because they know they can check the room at 11 o'clock or whatever. So that's how I feel about that. What about adding light to the shelf support poles? Ooh. That's also a possibility. See, now it looks like the light is, well, anyway. And so that way it would be cast on the front of the shelf, which is where people would want to see things. Oh, it has not happened yet, Fog Screen. Okay, but you would if it did happen. Probably because I'm cheap and do not want to feel obliged to tip extra. Do you leave tip for housekeepers? Yes. Yes, indeed. I do leave a tip for housekeepers. Although it's funny because, I never want them in the room during the stay. But I will leave a tip because, they're cleaning it after. So yes, I do that. Because, yeah. No, that angle's not working for me. This music is nice. I really like this track. Monkey toupee. I always tell the front desk I'm leaving and kiss them on the cheek. I like just leaving. It's so clean. Yeah, tip like do not look under the bed. uh, yeah, and then the other light. Yeah, they're gonna move that other light too. This is fine. Oops. But I love an economy hotel. I love them. Because usually like the parking is free, Wi-Fi is free. They have like a nice complimentary breakfast with a couple hot dish options. You know, you got your little egg omelet thing with cheese or without. There's usually either sausage and or bacon, either sausage or bacon on alternate days. The waffle iron thing. That's all I need. That's all I need. I also really appreciate having a fridge in the room, a small fridge, and a microwave. And then also, if you're enterprising, you can sneak a couple of breakfast items in your pocket, and there's lunch. Well, I don't know, but I wouldn't strip a bed. And Fog Screen says, I bundled these sheets and towels so you don't have to touch the bits that touched my tush. I always feel with like that type of a thing, it's like the same as you know, when people are trying to help their servers in a restaurant and you try to like stack the plates yourself so that like there's less work for the server. But I think a lot of the times the servers have their own like methods of doing that so they can carry more better. And sometimes when you're trying to help them, it's like it makes more work for them because they kind of have to undo what you did. And that's why, yeah, I can just kind of leave everything as it is. Of course, yeah. I mean, if they want me to put the towels in the bathtub, I'll put the towels in the bathtub or whatever. And I'll try to make it pretty clear, yeah, with the things that I've touched and the things that I haven't touched. But yeah. Well, exactly. Eating with, yeah, I don't. Yeah, eating with says the places I don't like are the more upper scale ones, which try to charge you for every little thing. Perhaps leave a tempting basket of snacks, which they'll overcharge for, but won't offer a fridge or microwave, Wi-Fi in the room. Sheraton is one of those examples. Or there are the ones that, you know, cost $40 a day for parking. Um, I don't like places that have the valet parking because I like to be able to come and go as I please. And I feel like there's this pressure to always tip a valet person because you probably should, I guess. But yeah, I just because well sometimes I understand because sometimes the parking lots are not right at the hotel if it's like downtown or something. Um, but yeah, I don't like having access to the car whenever I want to have access. And I don't like people knowing when I'm coming and going. Yeah, that's probably better because that's more like lit front. In fact, no, maybe this. Maybe that's also why I like just being able to leave after like to check out. No, not checking out, just leaving. Call that the Irish goodbye or something. Something. I've stayed at hotels where they have like bottled water and they will actually explicitly say you may drink this is totally free, and I don't touch it still because I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fall for this. They swear up and down you can drink this bottled water. No, I'm not doing it. French exit is, oh, is it called French exit sometimes, Monkey Toupee? But speaking of French, en roulant ma boule roulant. this particular song. Yeah, that's better, yeah. That's better lit. And then actually what I'll do is I'll add like a little touch of that onto the top of the this cabinet here, the green metal cabinet. Here, right? But I'm just gonna paint that on with a few pixels, indication of a few pixels. Oh, I can't because that has to be on top. What is layer 84? Okay, so that's definitely needed. Monkey Toupee. I second guessed myself, so I looked it up. An Irish goodbye is a term used to describe leaving a social event without saying goodbye to anyone. It is also known as an Irish exit, Dutch leave, or French exit. That's great. I like how it's called all kinds of different things. Yeah, just a touch on that. Dutch leave? Dutch leave. Never heard of Dutch leave. Oh no, Sepsi. Fox Green wants to know what's this called when you make the full rounds twice before leaving? Yeah, that's a good question. There must be a name for that too. Yeah, I like the tippy toppy of the your wife, Monkey Toupee. Okay, yeah, let's go back to let's look trying to live it. Actually, I also need to add more detail to these lampy things. I've got some lampy reference, but not great lampy reference. Just kind of I think these two actually have that same lighting. Probably where I got it from, actually. These two. Actually, well, this is a good amount of detail in these lamps. So, why don't we actually do that? Because we're kind of working on the lamp stuff. You see how I get sidetracked? Let's say goodbye for an hour. You know what? As an introvert, I've mastered the Irish goodbye. Yeah, I think, well, I mean, if I know everyone that's there, I'll probably say bye. But yeah, if it's like a social gathering where I don't really know people, I'll just leave. Yeah, I mean, there's no one to say goodbye to, I suppose. Like, would you do that with your family? Just leave? Ooh, that's good. Yes. It's so, it's shocking how similar the white and the yellow are. Which I never really noticed before. Oh, it's not centered now. It's got to add another. And I guess there has to be like a lip to this where it's being lit. Right. And then this is close to this window, so maybe this will have a little bit of light cyan on it. Willingly and purposefully, yes. This could be a bad idea. Oh, let's try that again. I love them, but sometimes I just want to go. Oops. Yay! Yeah, little things like this bring me like joy, right? It just adds, I don't know, just a little bit of something can add that much, you know? great. It's great. Yay. Actually, that actually works pretty well. Although, should there be more dimension to these? What time is it? Okay, 9:51. The time is really flying by today. I am going to go until 10:30, and from 10:30 to 11:30 we will play Legend of the Sword. Bobadino, happy Crimson Tuesday. Oh, I'm glad you're liking how this is looking. Yeah, we're now in like I was mentioning we're in that kind of stage of this where it's just adding like a few pixels here and there. Once you've got that basic shape down, it's adding a bit here and there. That can just really help make something sing. But you have to get that, the basics of it down first before you can get to that fun part. And actually, yeah, I gotta put some dark in here too. Exactly that I love polish. I love polishing things. In fact, I really love polishing, this bit of quartz here. I did this by hand. I have a Dremel tool, like a handheld, like motorized Dremel rotating thing with a very soft cotton pad. And it's really fun to literally polish things. Irritative is the way, Nelson, indeed. I still think back to that first iPod, the very first one that had that polished back, and how I was so impressed by apparently, I don't know how, but apparently those were hand polished by some polishing consortium in Japan or something ridiculous, like the finishing polish on them. And I saw like a Japanese show about it, and it was really cool. But apparently Japan is like known for hand polishing stuff, and my dad would proudly say that the nose cone of one of those shuttles or something, NASA shuttles, was hand polished in Japan. Because it's actually really important. It's not just for just like a nicety, it's actually really important for the function of it or something. Yes, polishing is the best part. No, some sketch as hell, yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Although I will say, like, sometimes, like, sketching, sometimes like the polish, you can overdo polish, and sometimes there's a freshness to a sketch that you kind of will lose if you try to overdo something. Yeah, whoops. Good. Ooh, I'm looking forward to my snack tonight. I have 2 more paragraphs of Legend of the Sword walkthrough to get through, and I actually copied and pasted them into a Google Doc, so I have less to sort through, and I will be less confused. That's the hope anyway. I'm pretty pleased with this, pretty pleased with that. In fact, well, I should probably do the same, follow the same rules as I was following, where's that? Oh, it's above, okay. Yeah, because... Nah. No, it's fine. Well, okay, let's do it. Because the lighting is brightening up that, it would actually brighten up that much of it. Following the same rules. Okay, good. But that one stray pixel is not helping. Okay, that's better. Okay. Great. Okay. Oh yeah, let me go back. I keep distracting myself away from doing the floor. Let's do a little bit of work on that floor. And I'm trying to decide how much of an outline that bottom should take. Where'd it go? This one. Oh, where's mediate? Okay. Actually, I'm gonna just start that again. Call it something else. Floor detail. How is... I thought I opened up this screen cap of the globe. Where did that go? Okay, here. I just want to see how Douglas Herring, the amazing EGA artist, define the bottoms of things. And sometimes in some areas, like you see here, the bottom of this is not defined. But some places it is. Okay. I do think it does need something though. We'll try it. I keep saying I'll try it, so I'll try it. I wonder if how bad that is. How bad does that feel? I don't like outlining stuff. I try not to have that as an effect. What I can do is let's do some black dithering around the edge of this room. See what we think about that. This part. Okay. Maybe this will help. And then kind of make it even more, kind of hand dither some extra gradient or something. That already is helping, I think. And yeah, I'll add some extra texture bit, but that might be a good start. God's part asked, does it cease to matter once you shade the floor? Yeah, that's the thing. I'm thinking that once I start adding more black and stuff to the floor, like that line under the shelf will not be as obvious. Nelson says, same applies to sketching, music level design. The first take sketch blocking have something raw and magical. Exactly. The more you polish, the more you lose some of that expensive technical refinement, but you have to be careful not to lose the soul of the piece. Exactly. You hit the nail on the head, Nelson. There's a freshness and a liveliness to sketches. And I saw a good example of it on Twitter the other day. Oh, it might have been How to Train Your Dragon. The How to Train Your Dragon concept art sketches and character design sketches are incredible. And the movie itself looks fine and stuff, but it's very, like 3D CGI looking stuff. But the 2D stuff had so much personality to it. And yeah, you're definitely going to lose some of that when, not even from sketch to final, but when you go from something like 2D to 3D, like there's a lot that does get lost. Yeah, I think this might be okay. Because I'm going to start working on this. And I kind of honestly, I know that Sword in the Stone and those other kind of mid to low tier considered Disney movies are like they're very sketchy looking, but there's something about that I actually quite like. Evil Tentacle, happy Crimson Tuesday, good to see you. Thank you. I'm glad that you're liking the basement. Yeah, we're starting to add just a little bit of like fun. Like the dithering we're starting to put some dithering in. We're adding some like the little touches on the lights and some lighting ideas. And I'm just getting in here a little bit, and it's quite satisfying, I have to say. Not to say that the rest of it hasn't been, but just the idea of adding just 1 or 2 pixels here and there, and just something comes of that is really kind of nice. I might not do that whole one there. There's something stopping me from doing that, because I guess it's going into the distance. Yeah, exactly. After the fun dithering stage. Yeah, now we're just going to start dithering our little hearts out. And also I'm going to put... I like the lines that are happening in this crypt. Let's try some of that. Floor lines. And I do have that other... I've got a reference of an actual poured concrete basement floor somewhere. Somewhere here. Oh, nope. Where'd it go? Here? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be splotches and specks, and... Yeah, it's not gonna look perfect, and it shouldn't. Oh, whoops. Oh, that is that. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Maybe not that particular line in that particular place. No, it's not following the lighting. Probably here. Yeah, yeah. And then also we're going to carry that through with the dithers too. Here. With the white. Knocking this out. Why isn't that knocking out? What's going on? Oh wait, wrong thing. Okay. Just adding some... Nelson says, preaching to the choir, dear Julia. Sword in the Stone and those rougher ones have something that transcends the most perfect modern Pixar productions. Agreed. Agreed. There's so much energy there, you know? Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, like you said. Goman-sama said, the animators themselves were very excited for the new Xerox process for 101 Dalmatians because it meant their work would finally be seen on screen. It has its charm, and it's a real shame Disney has done everything it can to hide it in modern restorations of the mid-period films. Raw Games! Thank you so much for the raid. Fantastic! Happy Crimson Tuesday, you folks! I'm definitely going to shout out Raw Games. Raw Games, what have you been up to on your stream? Let me shout out. Let me do a shout out. Raw Raid! Fantastic! Yeah, I guess I can, once I get the shout out going, because, okay, here we go. Shout out, okay, at Raw, oh, Diablo 4, how is it? I've played, like, my fair share of Diablo 3, but I have not dipped my toe. Why is this not, it's not auto-populating, come on. Twitch, get your stuff together. Join us. Okay, there we go. It did work. Nice. Okay, it's good. Good. I'm glad to hear it. I know that it's so funny because I saw the sales figures for Diablo 4 and it said in the first week it sold 666 million copies, which is just funny. Okay. Oh, the Armenian Sensation says, I think you will really enjoy Diablo 4 if you like Diablo 3. Nice. Nice. I don't know if I'm gonna play it because I actually don't know if my computer can run it. But it's good to keep in mind. 666 million Cosmic Void, the mark of the beast, 666, which that could just be a gimmick that they, you know, who knows, but anyway, that's what they say. Yes, exactly. So it's done well so far, and you know it's nice to see, of course, and it's nice to see people, so many people enjoying something. Yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, just briefly introduce myself. Thank you for the raid raw games and welcome raiders. I'm making this thing, as you can see, this EGA looking game. I'm looking at a lot of reference from some of my favorite games of the past. Really beautiful games. Got some Colonel's Bequest here. We've got some Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And also my current background is, I believe I still have Conquest of Camelot. Oh, you don't see that stuff right now. Hold on, let me move. Let me just quickly change. Oh, I forgot to turn off my chroma key. And here, this is from Conquest of Camelot, which is a fantastic EGA text parser game. And yeah, I'm making my game, The Crimson Diamond. Hopefully it's going to come out this year. There is a demo on Steam, and if you like the demo, you can wishlist. And that's here. That's, ooh, no, I don't want to go to it. Ghost Pirate says, was really 6 million copies and 660 cosmetic DLC sales. Oh, nice. Willie Lowe says, we came at the recommendation of at the Real Canadian Rage. Glad to meet you. Glad to meet you too. Oh, the Real Canadian Rage, well, wonderful streamer. I did watch his VOD of the Crimson Diamond. He did a really good job. It was so funny how focused everyone was about learning how to make a hot toddy and actually looking it up on the internet. And it makes me want to make that something in the game. But it was really cool to see him play it. I love seeing streamers play the game. And if any one of you folks right now that are here want to ever stream the Crimson Diamond demo, I will always try my best. If you try to give me some notice about when you're going to do it, I will try my best to show up and give you a hint if you need it, free of charge. And any like, I'll answer any questions about the game and stuff. Because I like to see people play it, and I like it when people break it and find bugs that I can then fix and make the finished project that much better. Yes, the demo, yes. Yes, demo is available on Steam. It's also available on itch.io, and it's also available on Fireflower Games, the demo. But of course, like, wishlisting it on Steam helps me a lot with visibility once the game does launch. Alright. Cool. Okay, back to work. And yeah, my channel is mostly, you know, game art dev. Sometimes when we have Dan, my musician Dan Pollicar on, we'll do some music on stream, composing. He'll compose a track live on stream. And then on art streams, I polish off the night with a Let's Play, and I've been Let's Playing Legend of the Sword, which is an EGA text parser adventure game that is really cool, but I'm just now going through a walkthrough because the game's also really tough. Real Lady Elfie, good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. You want to stream when you get a new computer? The computer that I have right now is my so-called new computer. But it's not really it's not like really a great workhorse or anything. I actually got it because it's for art reasons. It's the Wacom Mobile Studio 16, and I got it with some grant money that Pixel's grant, BIPOC grant I got, because I needed something that would be like a good computer and also be good for art. And I tried some other options that just didn't work for me really. And unfortunately, yeah, my old favorite Microsoft Surface Pro 2 is starting to show its age. Although honestly, I still use it quite a lot. But this was a good option. But yeah, it doesn't really have the muscle to do like streaming as much as I would like it to, because I can't really do stuff in very high resolution and stuff. Oh, good, fellow Canadian. Good to see. Okay. Oh, Jetstreamer, you might do it in like a week. Let me know, Jetstreamer X, if and when you decide to do that, because yeah, I love seeing it. Yes, streaming is a lot of fun. Thank you, Wienerville, for the follow as well. And oh, the pair as well, the pair 84. Thank you as well for the follow. And Willie Lowe, thank you as well. Yeah, we're just right now kind of trying to add some texture and personality to this. Oh wow, this is... Okay, I will put this in group 6, I guess. I like to group things in, so I can kind of... Oh, there is a group 6 already. Group 7. Oh, it already... Look at that. It already named it for me. I don't have to name it. This piece actually, another thing I want to just really underline when I'm doing dev streams is I will not spoil my game at all. I only work on stuff that everyone has seen already. And this particular piece is in the demo, the Crimson Diamond demo, and this is what it looks like in the demo. And my art streams on Tuesdays is me just upgrading the graphics in the demo. And we've been kind of going through the whole intro sequence. And you can see that this one has gone through a number of different stages. And this is currently where we're at right now with it. But yes, never fear. The game is like pretty linear, and I can't really afford to, be giving out all the spilling my beans, so to speak. So, never fear. Yes, dev in chat. Yes, exactly. Dev streaming. Make this less streaky. Just a little bit of... Robin the Red Fox, happy Crimson Tuesday as well. And I guess I have to be mindful of where the lighting is too. So I actually kind of like that swoop I did, but then I immediately undid it. And this corner also, yeah. Oh no, you know what? I forgot that I don't have just the gray selected anymore. Let's get back to that. Yeah. Alright. Oh, I also missed... Oh, Nelson, that reminds me. You had another thing. Nelson said, as an example, I've watched an animation reel for some online animation school last week. And out of the 20 students, even though all were very professional looking, there was maybe 2 students in the lot who showed personality, some spark. I like messy animation. And thank you. Nelson says, always a titan of inspiration. Thanks for the stream and insights. I head out. Nelson, have a wonderful day, night, evening. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Or for some people, happy Crimson Wednesday. Reference in the middle left below indie. This is also from Colonel's Bequest. It's just a screen cap from a YouTuber. But gorgeous room. Absolute gorgeous. And definitely one of my primary inspirations. And actually that's a kind of another thing where I think Neon Genesis Evangelion is still on Netflix, and it's really nice to see anime from that era, because sometimes you can even see like the whiteout and stuff, and everything's kind of got a soft feel to it. It's not super crisp like nowadays, and I really actually quite love to see that, you know? In much the same way that if you film something on actual film versus super high definition, it's kind of got a really nice feel to it. Yeah, anyway, that's just how I feel. Oh, nice. Real Canadian Range says, last week I started filming the poses and cycles to put into a game. I want to do it again, though. That's great. That's a really good way to get some nice animations going. And Francisco Gonzalez, who was in chat earlier, does that for all his games. He rotoscopes all his movements. I'm wondering if I want to add just a bit of black. So do that. Oops. TV Prime says, speaking of Bequest, did they ever get the rights to finish part 3? I know that there's some kind of 3D kind of thing. Somebody's doing some kind of so-called like Laura Bow 3 game or something, but I don't know too much about it. Because yeah, people were saying, well, I wonder if they're just gonna get shut down by whoever owns that property. And yeah, it's kind of like 3D, which I'm not like. I'm always gonna be a 2D person. I love 2D art much more than 3D stuff. So of course I do hope that it does well, because if people love that game, then maybe they'll go back to, the Colonel's Bequest. Maybe they'll go back to Dagger of Amon-Ra, and maybe they'll find the Crimson Diamond that way. And of course, definitely would be happy for that to happen. So yes, I do hope that they do really well, and I hope it's a great game. Oh, Mechatech, thank you so much for the follow. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Robin the Red Fox said, there's something about neon color lines in a black space. It evokes the 80s and 90s EGA graphics. Slayers and Lodoss War. I'm just really, I love, yeah, I love black and bright color too. It's of course my thing. Black backgrounds and blue outlines. Yeah, very Monkey Island. It's like that LucasArts kind of night version thing. What is now going on? Okay, there. This. No. Oh, I forgot. I forgot I had that thing selected. My selection was hidden. Yes, Real Canadian Rage. Okay, it wasn't exactly rotoscoping. As I mentioned, I wanted to do a game with a character who uses a wheelchair since I can't afford an artist. We're going the FMV. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay. I see. Okay, gotcha. FMV. I think FMV definitely there could be there's now the technology to do FMV a heck of a lot easier than they did back in the day. So yes, all the best to you with that. For sure. Yes, and Robin the Red Fox, yes. There are the caves at the end of Quest for Glory 1, and also caves in the Quest for Glory 2. But yeah, I mean, LucasArts is definitely more famous for that blue, deep blue. This is kind of going okay. This is kind of going okay. And you know what? Yeah, I definitely need to add some kind of faux shadow to the middle thing. So let's look at that. And of course, I'm looking at this crypt right now, and I'm seeing how the way that the shadow is being cast by that. I'm like, ooh, yeah, I should definitely. Kind of funny how the inspiration, the visual reference, can really be helpful when seeing what needs to happen next. So let's see. I have to do this by hand, painfully. Yes. It could be that this just gets dithered because I don't want this to be a super dark shadow because the light is all, up high anyway. So. Yeah, Real Canadian Rage, exactly. Ken Williams sent millions on cameras. We recorded everything with a cell phone. Yeah, it's wonderful. I think FMV could definitely have the time for like a FMV. The technology has definitely made it so it's so much easier for everybody to get in on that. And I guess with everything too, even like with 3D, it's a lot easier to do 3D stuff. Let's try this. Let's try this. It's definitely not gonna be solid color. And I can't think of any other color to make it, so we're gonna just yeah, maybe that. Just gonna have to do that. Is that a bit much? His technology has come a long way. I think right now, like actually, Xalavier Nelson Jr., who made Space Warlord Organ Training Simulator, he's working on something called El Paso Elsewhere, and it's this aesthetic of like PlayStation 1 3D kind of graphics, and it almost feels like that's definitely having like its own moment too, where technology has advanced to the point where small teams can do something that looks like it could have been on a PlayStation. That's kind of not bad. I don't necessarily dislike that. It's kind of cool. Although I got carried away with it, I think, maybe. Should probably... Yeah. And this one goes like that. Oh no. Alright. It's kind of okay. Kind of looks like a carpet now. Oh, yeah, I don't want it to look carpety, so that might be something I need to look into. Robin the Red Fox says, as much as I love old computer games, I do not miss having to insert 9 discs into your computer to install it. That's the build-up, Robin the Red Fox. It's the anticipation. No? Not into it? It made the boxes really hefty. And the sound of the drive booting up. I don't know. There's something about that I kind of do like, but yeah, it's not necessary for sure. Yeah, I don't want to make it look carpety. Develop your muscles and build up your muscles and inflame your joints. No, it's cool. Yeah, maybe have to look into. Don't want it carpety for sure. And now, okay, now that I'm looking at the lighting now, I do realize this is gonna have to be darker. Where is it? Oh, they're both black. That's the problem. There we go. So that has to be dark, and then that means this edge can now be the it's actually not bad to be the edge that color. That's too obvious. It's too obvious. Make that edge this color. Right? Because that's like the far edge. Right. And then this also has... Ooh, no. Whoops. This has to also be dithered. Yeah. We're getting there. We're getting there. But that's true, TV Prime. Like, there's a greater chance of fatal errors the more discs you have. Which is, like, no good. Although, I didn't really have any bad experiences with that. Maybe I'm going overboard with this random dithering. Oops, here. Oops. And then I'm actually tempted... I'm somewhat tempted to darken that. Yeah, the brown is too light now. Jetstreamer X, do I work with a team or solo? I am solo except for the music in this game. Everything else is all stuff I've done. I kind of self-taught myself how to use Adventure Game Studio to make this, so I'm not a coder by any means, but I've learned enough to get by. And yeah, everything else as well. I'm not an animator, but it's just a low enough resolution game and a low small color palette that I can get away with a lot. Yes, Dave, or no, Dan, unfortunately. Dan could not. Oh, Real Canadian Race, thank you. There says the artwork in that introduction for Crimson Time is phenomenal. I thought some of it is done, and some of it is not so done. And this room was not so done. Yes. Oh, cool. Jetstreamer actually made a point-and-click game. No, don't say that it sucks. No. It's all like every single one of these things is like a big learning experience, you know? And honestly, it's so hard just to make something that I admire everyone who makes things. And it's always going to be cool to make stuff, no matter what, you know? So I'm going to say this. I'm proud of you for doing it, and I hope that if you enjoy it, that you keep it up. Yeah, Robin the Red Fox. Yeah, back in the day, you know, you could definitely bludgeon someone to death with a game box with, yeah, like 20 floppies or something. But now look, now you couldn't anymore. Like, what does the world come to? Exactly, Jetstreamer. My second attempt will be a lot better. Exactly, that's how this works, you know. And it's just as long as if you're having fun with it, it's, you know, the result is like secondary. It's the process. Dave, it's very obvious which rooms are done and not so done in the intro, which is mission accomplished. Well, yeah, I mean, my mission was not to have, like, the placeholder art, but it was important to just get it out there, I think. Exactly, TV Prime. Made game is better than no game. Every time. Every time. And honestly, like, when you become, like, a creative, like, a creator, a maker person, then it just, I feel like your appreciation for other things that are made just increases, right? And so you can enhance your own enjoyment of games and, you know, anything really, when you know the kind of effort that goes into this stuff. So no matter what, you're gonna be enhancing your enjoyment of whatever you watch or play. Because once once you really know how hard these things can be to do, it's just like, wow, it can happen sometimes, you know, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, and sometimes we you know, it's a learning experience. So it's always, you know, it's always a learning experience, but now I'm thinking that this cabinet side should be the darker dither after all. Yeah. So this is just the only dark gray. What I'm gonna do is, yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of it there and add it to here. These are these adjustments that happen. Although I don't want all of that. Oh, I did want that. No, I don't. And yeah. Oh, this one. And also this can also now be the darker gray. And that's not working anymore. Should have fixed it elsewhere, but I just got sloppy. It's definitely working. Yeah, we're getting there. The lighting is slowly coming together. Davor says, yeah, people talk about being cursed with having the magic of games and peeled back, but I'm with Julia. Thank you, Davor. Yeah. Of course, I always enjoyed games before I started making my own. But I think also what it does is it kind of builds more empathy toward developers when, you know, you've kind of gone through that process yourself. Because you realize that a lot of time there's a lot of compromise that happens between time and money and energy and life and all these things, right? We're not like working in isolation by any means. Yeah, and to live in the day when 75% of the game story was told in the game manual. Yeah, now we have a PDF at most. Red alert, real Lady Elfie. Yeah, and there's also a community. Yeah, because that's another thing, and completely, Dave, where you're right. That's a whole other aspect, is when you start making stuff, you all of a sudden there, you kind of meet other people who can make stuff, especially online. It's easy to connect with other people who make stuff, and it's just that part of it too. And I talk about this all the time with my game, is that while making this, I've met so many people and I've traveled places, and it just, no matter what, even if this game, knock on wood, even if this game was never released, the experience of making it and the people I've met along the way and what I've learned, it's like, it's a big win. It's a big win. Yeah, Derail Canadian Rage. I've played games for 40 years now, wanting to try something different. Exactly. And I honestly, I love that spirit. I love the spirit of like, hey, why not? Like, why don't I try something different? And being open to that new experience is like super key, I think. Yeah, exactly. Real Canadian Rage. All about the journey. It truly, truly is. Yeah, now I'm feeling, the lighting is coming together. I'm going to want to shade this back too. But that's going to be a bit difficult because I don't like to just shade dither with the black on the light gray. I'm probably going to flip those colors around. That's my style. Woohoo! Common pantsu. Okay, I once carved a Batmobile out of wood. It was satisfying. There you go. Honestly, and when you carve something out of wood, or anything else, or you draw it or you paint it, it's almost like you internalize that thing, right? Where you gain this appreciation and this attention when you have to pay attention to it to recreate something like that. I'm trying to think of a word beyond enhance, but I keep on using the word enhance. But enhances your understanding and enjoyment of that object. Truly, it truly does. And it's a wonderful, wonderful experience to have. Oh, I'm starving. Okay, it's 10:30. Nice. Okay. Let's take a look at what we accomplished today. This is where we were today at the start. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it bigger. Okay. Here's where we started. Let me move it up a little bit. Here's where we started today, and we added some some lighting. It's coming along. Not bad, not bad. Covered a lot of ground. Didn't add anything to the walls. Maybe I won't actually. We'll see. But it's good to have the option. Nice. Okay, great. I'm going to switch the camera. I'm going to save this on my Google Drive, because back up your work, everybody. Very, very important. Google Drive, I'm going to back it up. I'm also going to back it up on an external. Oh, wow. Google Drive not being found. Let's save it on my external drive. Cool. Yes, yeah, Goat's Fire. Yeah, I definitely, I like the wall curved around like that. It's kind of fun. Why is my Google Drive not connecting? Oh, it is now. Okay, cool. AGS Studio. Let's put that in TCD Office. Great. Okay. Okay. Next things next. Oh, whoops. Next things next. I am going to eat my snack, but before I do that, I'm going to put up Legend of the Sword, and this is what I like to do in case you're interested in this game. This is the game I've been Let's Playing. It's available on Steam and on GOG. And yeah, it's a text parser game. It's from 1987, I believe, and it's quite good, but very tough. You can starve to death, which is a problem. And the inventory is very limited. Oh, Fractal Mind Mike, thank you so much for the resub. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, we're just gonna get into some Legend of the Sword, and actually, like, this is perfect timing, Fractal Mind Mike, because I'm gonna put on the soundtrack that you turned me on to. The Heretic stuff. Fractal Mind Mike, of course, wonderful streamer, and I got to be a guest on his stream, And oop, no, fractal. Mind blank. And we had a wonderful like 3-hour long conversation about the Crimson Diamond and games and stuff. I hope that worked. Didn't want to. Okay. Wonderful. Good to see you. Good to see you. Really good to see you. And yes, do I have my Fractal Mind my graphic still here? This one? Yes, yes, okay, yes. Good to see you. Just eating some lunch. Fantastic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You our our time zones are quite a little bit different. But yes, here's an example of the fourth wall merch. We've got Fractal Mind Mike, who's wearing the Nancy Walk Cycle T-shirt, which is actually on my Society 6 store, but never mind. But yes, Fractal Mind Mike, wonderful stream at bottom left, Fractal Mind Mike. Upper left is One Short Eye, who does wonderful documentaries of adventure game speedrunning, and I got to contribute to his Secrets of Colonel's Bequest video, which was an amazing video, in case you haven't seen it. And Adventure Game Geek, which I think I could have sworn I had one for Adventure Game Geek as well. AG? Or AGG? Darn it. That's not a 1. Is it AGG? Forget my own links. Anyway, Adventure Game Geek bottom right, who also is a wonderful member of the adventure games community, makes videos about new and old adventure games. But you know what? I told you I was gonna switch over to the music that Fractal Mind Mike shared with me, and it's this amazing new MIDI album of tracks that were designed to emulate the style of the original Heretic music. And this came out in 2020. And there is a link if you want to visit James Paddock Music, who is part of the Doom World. You can find more about him and his projects there. I just love this music. It's perfect for the game that we're playing today, which is, of course, I mentioned Legend of the Sword. We're 70% puzzle completion, which is kind of nice. I'm ready to move on to Loom EGA version. But anyway, I'm going to leave you up with this. I'm going to mute my mic and have a snack. And then I'll rejoin you shortly. Goofy guy in the bottom left. Yes, Fractal Mind Mike, amazing streamer. Definitely give him a follow. He streams amazing. He's really good. Mad Dog. Not McCree. Mad Dog Williams, streamer, fantastic, champion. Okay. I'm gonna mute myself, eat, and I'll join you in a bit. Okie dokie. TV, Fractal Mike, thank you so much for gifting this up. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Just gonna catch up real quick. Yes, Kamen Pantsu. It is, it's, this Legend of the Sword available on GOG and on Steam. A good game, hard, but there is a walkthrough that you can eventually resort to. I took calculus in high school, and it was actually the math that I understood the best out of all the maths in high school, and I got a really good mark. But yeah, I mean that's as far as it went for me. But yeah, it was, and I kind of do, I do remember the whole Matrix thing too, but I couldn't tell you for love nor money how to do that. Sakanaka, good to see you. Happy Crimson Good Tuesday. Okay, this music is not from the game, Sakanaka. This music is a bunch of musicians that collaborated on creating more tracks for the game Heretic, because there weren't enough tracks in the game for every level, and that's very admirable, I think. Any other things? Oh yeah, let me open up my walkthrough, because let me hook up this to this. Okay. Yeah, it's one of those games that doesn't have music. That certainly doesn't happen anymore. But it's nice because we can fill it with whatever we want. Okay, hello. Okay, last bit for. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna steel myself. I'm gonna try to finish this game. I'm gonna try my hardest to finish this game today. Oh my goodness. Is this one? Oh, it is this one. Nice. Okay, great. Let me just make that a little bit bigger. Oh, right. Oops. This one, right? Yes. Okay. It's bigger. Yes. As big as possible. Great. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Sakanaka says, calculus has been very important to me in the field of 3D graphics. Oh, curves and surfaces. Yeah, Cyber Street. This game, honestly, I'm very impressed by. I just wish it was not so punishingly difficult. Okay. I'm not going to read this part, but just to give you an overview, it's you're finding a legend. You're finding a sword and a shield to defeat a wizard, an evil wizard. That's pretty much all you need to know. And yeah, it's a wonderfully done. It's a wonderfully done game. It's got look at this map. It's an EGA, of course, and it's an party members. You've got party members. This is a contextual menu, which is really nice. You can look at the guy, and also you can look at your party members' actions. We could attack the captain with my sword. And there is the graphic. That is my cross-stitching project. I'm currently... Oh, it's getting keyed out. Hold on. Tab. Filters. My current cross-stitching project is that it's gonna... This is just the frame, but I'm gonna put the end and tough luck in it. Anyway. Great. Percentage of puzzles achieved, nothing. That's okay. We're gonna load the game. Play again, yes. Oh my gosh, what's the name of my save file? I forgot to oh dear. I usually watch back the end part of my playthrough so I could remember what the heck it was called. Oh no. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, it's not here. It's not here. Let me just quickly open up in my YouTube here that video. I can see what the title of it was called. I'm so sorry. Okay, we're gonna do this. Yes, our party members are not nice people, and I learned a new bad word. Okay. Eating with old study guide for Matrix Theory, but hidden in some various box. Yeah, online is the way to go, I think. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the scrub to the end of this. What did I call this? Scrub. Come on. Oh no. Okay. This is I neglected a part of my stream prep. Okay. Save game. Okay, here it is. Here it comes. Marble. Okay, okay. The save game is marble. Okay. Marble. Oh, load. Marble. Okay. Right. Okay, great. Look. Okay. Recap. Here we are. Okay. Thin streamers. Okay, I've read this before. I'm not going to read this again. for the benefit of people who actually watch these VODs, I'm not going to repeat myself too much. Okay. Great. Percent. Let's just try to do this. If I have to stay a little bit long to finish this, I will. But if it looks like a lost cause, I won't. Okay. Oh, no. Yes. Okay. Oh, wait. I had it as a Google Doc. I did say that. Okay. Examine statue. Let's look first. Okay. Closed door. Okay. Examine statue. The huge statue is made of solid rock. While examining its feet, you notice a curious hole in the floor of the altar. Examine hole. The hole is about 2 inches deep and about 1 inch wide. Open door, which is the door we had seen. Having pulled the bolt across, you push the door open. And yeah, here, this is kind of a nice... Oh, we can't... Oh, in, yeah. We can click this to go in it. Enter. With your men following, you step through the open doorway. The room furnished with a shelf of books, a gong, and a wooden chest is the vestry to the chapel behind you. It's also windowless. I wonder what that's for, whispers Pagan as he barges past you and removes something from a wooden shelf. See, our party members just do whatever they want. Which I guess is kind of nice for added complexity, but it's really not that convenient. Nothing exciting, he says, as he tucks it into his backpack. Only a piece of old metal, although he continues, if you leave it with me, I may find a use for it. Okay, examine Pagan. I call him Pagan because I don't want to call him Pagan. Okay, well, we examine him. He kind of looks like Carrie Elwes, whose features are rugged and strong, has a dark scar running from his right eyebrow down across his cheek and ending just above the mouth. Although a cheerful chap, he does have a tendency to be rather sarcastic. In his hands, he's carrying a piece of catgut, a battle axe, and a steel pin. Ask Pagan for pin. Okay. That's not an old piece of metal, you accuse as you take it. It's a steel pin. Why did you lie to me when you first found it? Pagan is unable to answer. Instead, he looks at his feet and sulks. See, already, you can tell. You know. The esprit de corps is low. Examine shelf. The shelf is laden with large leather-bound books. Next to the books is a silver crucifix. Now, another reason why I'm kind of just barreling through this walkthrough, as you can see, there's a candle on the far right, and that's our life meter, and we can starve to death. That's why I'm not taking extra turns to like look at stuff and enjoy the, smell the roses or whatnot, because I will not starve to death in this game before I get to the end. Take crucifix and examine it. This is just a nice way to show off the flexibility of the parser that we have here. Okay. You take the silver crucifix. The crucifix is small and plain. Unlock chest with platinum key. Mechanism creaks in protest. Protest as the platinum key unlocks the chest. Drop platinum key. Yes, our inventory is limited. And we're full capacity. Open chest and examine it. Yeah, exactly. Smell the roses, die of starvation. Can't eat the roses. Having lifted the catch, you now raise the lid of the chest and allow it to fall open. The chest is open. Inside the chest, you can see a magic wand. It's nice. Okay, take wand and examine it. You take the magic wand. Written down the side of the wand are the words Dragon Slayer. At one end of the wand there's a thread for screwing a particular object to. The other end has been shaped into a hexagonal prism. This game seems like it'd be pretty difficult to make TV from. I think it would be, honestly. And it's like 4 guys, I think. Actually, why don't we take a look at those credits again? Because we can do that. And hopefully, like, looking at the credits won't cause me to starve to death. I would like to acknowledge the contributions, however trivial, of the following people. Myself, Carl Buckingham, for writing a brilliant adventure and drawing the graphics, one guy. Colin Mongardi for his incredibly long mega programs. Also Eugene Messina for manscaping. Mapscaping or additional design. Three English fellows, it seems, have made this, and it's amazingly good. Quite good, in fact. Yeah. So cheers to you chaps. Fasten diamond to wand. Gosh darn it. Fasten diamond to wand. Oh. Diamond glows slightly as it's screwed into the wand. It's a beautiful game. It really is. And I love the UI. Okay. Out. Put pin in hole. As the steel pin slides into the hole, you become aware of a loud creaking and grinding. My god, gasps Pagan as he grabs hold of your arm and pulls you away. The statue's alive. While stepping quickly backward to the safety of the door along the northwest wall, the statue, which has suddenly changed into a giant ogre. What? Oh, that's a different color. What's going on? It begins to move. Finally, after pulling itself away from the southeast wall, it raises its axe, jumps down onto the floor, and moves slowly toward you and your men. I was saying this is an EGA game. This is not an EGA. That's not the light gray, is it? Or is it? Wow, for some reason it doesn't look like the light gray. It looks warmer, but maybe my eyes are playing tricks. Round peg and round hole, exactly. Okay, what are we to do? Ogre with axe pulls away from all. Take pin and drop it. Okay. Well, he is coming slowly. Take pin and drop it. While your men keep the giant ogre busy, you slowly and quietly make your way around to the altar. As you pull the pin out of the hole, the fighting behind you stops. Like a chain reaction, large cracks spread over the ogre's entire body. Moments later, with a deafening crash, it collapses and becomes a pile of broken rubble. Damn it! Curses Pagan under his breath. What did you just say? You ask with suspicion. Oh, I wasn't talking about you, he answers with a face of pure innocence. I just this second realized I forgot to ask the neighbors to feed the cat. You allow the steel pin to fall out of your hands. I wonder if the 3 guys that made this game, like, each of them have a character that's like them in this game, and maybe that's what they're like. Okay, take pin and drop it. Okay. Percent. Let's percent it. 75%. Nice. Okay, I'm going to save it at ogre. It might be the light gray. It's definitely not the dark gray. I don't know if it's not. Definitely not. I'm just confused. Examine wall. Narrow slit and slit several inches wide. A lot of like holes. Examine slit. Through the narrow slit, you see the internal workings of a small medieval contraption. Put disc in slit. As you slide the disc into the narrow slit, a section of the wall to your right begins to rise out of the floor. Look. At the back of the altar, there's a secret passage disappearing southeast. On the floor in front of you is a steel pin. Southeast. Dust and... I love that. Dust and dampness covers everything. For thousands of years, it seems, nobody has violated a piece of this ancient passage. As you lead your men forward, the sound of booted feet echoes eerily. 80 yards. Southeast of the chapel, you arrive at a wooden doorway. On the doorway, beneath a demon visage, is a plaque. Yeah, it really is. It's tricking the eye next to the Black Dave, where it's fascinating. Read plaque. Oh, read plague. Read plaque. The instructions on the plaque say, he who enters can only enter when the eyes of the visage are red. He must also carry the golden key, the dragon slayer, and the bloodstone. To complete the task, he must strike the door once with Pucarius's weapon. Examine visage. Visage is that of a demon, and the head of the demon is a star-shaped niche. We have a star-shaped gem, I think. Right, crystal. Put crystal in visage. As the crystal slides comfortably into the niche, the eyes of the visage suddenly become red. Strike door with wand. Oh my god, we're gonna be... Ooh, okay, that's a long paragraph. We have one more paragraph, but it is a long one. As the wand strikes the wooden door, the whole world explodes into a million colored lights. After several seconds of falling through a timeless zone, you find yourself and your men standing on a thin rock ledge that overlooks a valley of molten lava hundreds of feet away. Now what do we do? Asks Cornelius. He can be such a helpful chap sometimes. Save. We can save. Lava. Great. West. Slowly you lead your men up the twisting path which leads its way unevenly around the jagged overhangs and sudden drops. A while later, after rounding a sharp outcrop on the side of a mountain, the path ends. Ooh, yeah, here, look at our map. Look at where we are now. Nice. Okay. Cool. Blow horn. We have a horn. It's okay. Suddenly, after blowing into the horn, a strange whirlpool begins to rise up from the lava beneath you. As it finally comes to rest, hovering gingerly by the ledge, a deep voice from within calls out, "Throw the ruby into the fire." Drop horn. Throw large ruby. We have a lot of rubies. Well, 3, I think. Large ruby in throne. Throw large ruby into fire. Push someone in lava. Ooh, lady. Okay. Push Begin into lava. While trying to push Begin over the cliff edge, you trip and fall helplessly to your death. Your valiant effort ends here. Better luck next time, sucker! Thank you, Real Lady Alpha. You always have the best suggestions. Would we try to kiss the hunter? Didn't he take issue with that? Yes, there. Let's do it again. Yes, load a save game. Lava. Right. I'm open to suggestions, of course, by the way. As the ruby hits the surface of the lava, there's a sudden explosion of colored lights. A moment later, you find yourself and your men standing in a tunnel entrance along the north side of the valley. Cool. North. Shadows dance crazily. Yeah, I guess that's the light gray. Yeah. Oh, that's just an optical illusion. Off the crystal-covered walls as you lead your men down a constantly descending tunnel, which, after several minutes, merges into a 10-foot wide passage. Across the floor of the passage, several yards in front of you, is a huge pit. "Damn your success!" screams Pagan as if he's suddenly gone mad. After pushing past you and the rest of the bewildered men, he stops and shouts, "Demons of the underworld, show thy mortals the power of your bite." From the bottom of the pit comes a faint rumbling, and as the seconds pass, the noise becomes louder and louder. Crash! Exploding upwards out of the hole and shattering against the ceiling is a raging inferno. "Here your quest ends!" laughs Pagan. Ha 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 ha! Wickedly before sweeping his arm downwards and disappearing. Oh man, plot twist. You have a warp mind. It's okay. No, really, Lady Elfie, it works for you. It really does. It's brought us so much joy. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go north. 20 feet to the north. Yeah, this game also is very hung up on how far we go. The burning from the flames almost caused you to faint. Go another north. After a further 20 feet, large blisters readily form on your face and arms. Let's go north again. Suddenly, the flames in front of you disappear. "It's okay," you shout excitedly as you notice your skin is back to normal. "It was only an illusion." Look. Beneath you... between you and continuing the journey is a 10-foot square hole. Examine pit. There you go. Well, I've made it, real Lady Elfie says, I've made it this far in life with my twisted brain, so yeah, I suppose it does work. Exactly. The floor in the hole is real. Jump over pit. Several seconds after the men and yourself have jumped safely across the walls on either side of the pit slam together, you now stand at the southern end of a northerly passage. Yeah, that pit didn't really do much. Maybe it's not meant to stop humans. I don't know. Percent. Sklo, good to see you. 85, we're so close. Sklo says maniacal laughter isn't as scary if you imagine it sounding like tee hee. I can't achieve maniacal laughter. That's the best I can do. Let's go north. But a quarter of a mile north of the blocked passage, you arrive at a three-way junction. The three passages that leave this junction run north, east, and south. East. 40 yards east of the junction, the passage arrives at a closed door. Open door. Okay, we did. Enter. We found it! Ooh, look how beautiful that is. The little treasure chest. We found a chest, Borgelius. Excitedly as he follows you into the room. We've finally found it. Lying in the center of an almost empty room is a beautiful golden chest. I totally agree that it's a beautiful golden chest. Great. Examine chest. Within the solid gold chest, you can see the enchanted sword and shield, which for so many years have been... What? Within the solid gold chest, you can see the enchanted sword and shield, which for so many years have been nothing more than a fable. Okay, that's... Okay. Open chest. To your surprise, you find the chest to be another illusion. Exit. Without bothering to argue, your men follow you out of the room and into the passage way outside. West. North. 30 yards from the junction, the passage ends at a wall of solid rock. Examine wall. In the middle of the wall are 3 levers. Do you guys say lever or do you guys say lever? I think I say lever. Lower first lever. I wonder how we're supposed to know this. Pull the first lever down. I like how there's an actual graphic for that. Lower third lever. Tee-hee is my favorite kind of maniacal laughter, Lady Elfie. Tee-hee! Ooh. Abruptly, the wall in front of you rises upward into the ceiling. The wall in front of you rises... Okay. With your men following, you step apprehensively through the secret doorway into a dark, ominous cavern. As the secret door behind you slams shut, 1,000 hovering spears light up, directly in front of you, in a cavern that stretches to almost 100 yards in all directions. It is... What? Is Pagan. To the left of Pagan and yourself, you can see a gold chest, suspended magically over a bottomless pit, and surrounded by a moat of deep water. The Inferno is a simple illusion, he sneers, but not all my power is fake. As his eyes narrow, he draws forth a small object from his pocket, throws his head back, and shouts, "Earth, water, sun, and air, spawn of dragon, enter my lair. On doing thy bidding I shall tell you mortal, yon mortals now shall plummet to hell." Upon finishing, forked lightning bursts forth from his outstretched palms, strikes the floor. From the charred spot, a dense black vapor rises upward and begins to condense into the shape of a huge being. "Kill them and guard the chest," commands Pagan to the dragon while pointing in your direction. You curse word. Removing the bottle of brandy from his belt, Borgelius steps forward and throws it with acute accuracy. The chilling howl of supernatural rage echoes off the chamber walls as Pagan slumps to the floor, Standing over him and staring down at the discarded body is the exhausted and terrible form of Suzar. That's the wizard guy that we're supposed to face. After casting an evil eye, he turns and disappears north down a narrow passage in the rock wall beyond the dragon. Knowing that the bottle of brandy is more precious to him than life itself, Borgalius runs forward, much to the dragon's amazement, grabs the bottle and runs back. Okay. I guess I should save. Dragon. Check the percent. I feel like we're getting close. Okay. Percent. 99. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, that's some good brandy, Safsy. Or maybe he's just that into alcohol. Okay, wave wand. While pointing the wand... What? Well, while pointing the wand, a strange power, deep within the shaft of wood, bursts into life. From the diamond itself, a blue flame slices through the air and strikes the moat's surface. Following an audible crunch, the water freezes to a solid sheet of mirror-like ice. God, what an ugly-looking beast spits the dumb dragon as he sees his reflection. Okay. Turning his attention to the ice, he jumps onto it and slips over. Oh. Okay. Take Pagan and examine him. Where am I? He asks weakly as he comes to. Comes to! And what hit me? Borgalius looks away. The last thing I remember, he continues while rubbing his forehead, was entering the void in the forest. Then everything went... blah! Pulling himself to his feet, he points to the moat. There's a curse word dragon over there. On hearing the startled noise of the dragon... What? On hearing the startled noise, the dragon turns his attention from the mirror image, swings his legs around, and stands up. Try to make a fool of me, will you? He roars angrily as a bolt of yellow from his gaping jaws blackens the stone floor in front of you. Yeah, I don't think he got to have any of the booze. I think Pagan just got hit in the head with it. But the bottle, not the booze. Pagan, and that's not figuratively speaking, I mean literally. Pagan whose features are... Oh. Okay, that's the same. Why did I have to examine him? Oh, and a teardrop. Oh, he's got a teardrop. That's what I need. Ask Pagan... Oh. Ask Pagan for teardrop and examine it. Can I do that? Can I do that? Cool. Pagan hands you the teardrop. The beautiful teardrop, which is icy cold to the touch, is being held in a finely wrought net of brass and silver. As you look, you notice a face, a woman's face, haunting and sad, which, as you watch, twists and coalesces into the features of a serpent. Ooh. I don't know where he got that from. Warm teardrop. I don't know how we're supposed to do that. Sit on it? Put it in our mouth? While heating the teardrop, you view a strange and astonishing sight. Slowly, as the outer shell of the dragon begins to fade and become... What? Slowly, as the outer shell of the dragon begins to fade and becomes slowly transparent, you notice within its great frame the body of a beautiful young woman. Oh no, you know, I'm so scared right now. This is the first woman in the entire game, and I don't know if our boys can handle it. Okay. As the shadowy outline, and what I mean by boys, I don't mean our party members, I mean the actual developers. As the shadowy outline finally disappears, the woman crumples to the floor. Examine woman. Woman is lying asleep on the floor of the cavern. Wake woman. Whoa, what? Excuse, what? This is how our boys wake a woman, by the way. Following a punch on the nose and a knee in the whatsits, the young woman pushes you back and jumps to her feet. Trying it on, where are you? I knew it. Just kiss her like you do in every good text adventure game. No, you punch her in the face. Don't What are you talking about? This is 1987. This is how things were done back then. Ask your parents. Trying it on, where are you? She growls while adjusting the puny top that's covering her ample chest. He was trying to wake you up, answers Bilar, as he looks at you with a worried look, writhing about on the floor. What? Oh! Okay, the woman punched. The woman punched. The woman punched. And kneed in whatsits. That's what happened. Where did my captions go? I don't know where the captions went. They sometimes start and they sometimes stop, and I don't know why that happens. I was there in 87, though I was little. This guy got cancelled. No, but I think this is just very confusing. Because we tried to wake her, but yeah, don't worry about it. No, the woman punched and then knee. Not that that's okay, but she was surprised. Right. Yeah, I hate being woken from an absolutely reasonable reaction. Okay, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, there she is. Oh, dear me. While Bilar explained the situation and how it had all come about, the pain below begins to subside. My sincere apologies, smiles the woman as she helps you to your feet. My name is Chrysella. Save. Bikini. Yeah, bikinis are timeless. They're a timeless fashion item. Okay. Yeah, she's an adventure game lady in the 80s. Gosh. Oh, please. Okay. Unlock chest with gold key. I mean the treasure chest. With Pagan holding onto the belt of your trousers in case you slipping on the ice and falling into the pit, you reach over to the lock chest and insert the gold key. Having turned the key and heard the lock slide back, you raise the lid and gaze inside. Lying on the floor of the chest is the legendary sword and shield. Say, how you doing? Drop all except... I gotta try to kiss the woman, I guess, right? All except... wand and teardrop. Okay. Save. Okay, I'm just gonna save right now because I'm gonna try to kiss the woman, you guys. Yeah, she looks jealous of the jungle. Kiss woman. In response to your kiss, Chrysella catches hold of you, pulls you over her knee, and smacks your bum. I can't tell if that's a good or a bad thing. I'm gonna go oops, because I'm gonna undo that. Yeah, the real treasure is the bikini was the bikinis we saw along the way. Beta human, good to see you, by the way. No one was expecting that. Hug woman. Let's try hug woman. You can't do that to Chrysella. Pat woman? You pat Chrysella on the back. Okay. I'm just gonna load. It's fine. Okay. Okay. Back to business. Percents. Let's percent this. 9. Okay, we're still at 90. Take sword and shield. Here we go, you guys. This is the mythical sword and shield that we've been going for. With Bilar helping you stand steady on the slippery ice, you remove the magical sword and magical shield from the floating chest. From the floating gold chest, not Chrysella's floating chest. For some strange reason, the silver ring which you've been carrying in your hands begins to suddenly vibrate and tingle. We're wearing it on our finger. As you watch, it fuses into the blade of the magical sword. On doing so, the blade starts to crackle with electrical strands of energy. Percent. This is the Sword of Legend. This game, well, the eponymous Sword of Legend, the shield's not mentioned, but it's also apparently percent. It's also apparently legendary. Examine magical sword. The blade of the magical sword, whose end disappears into a silver hilt and golden pommel, is a strange gray color similar to metal but far stronger. Written down the side of the blade, which is 4 feet in length, is the word Porta Cotius. Examine shield. The circular frame of the shield has been fashioned from a gray-colored material similar to the metal but far stronger. On the inside and fastened to either edge is a leather strap. On the front of the shield, which has been decorated with the face of Duar, god of victory, is a hexagonal niche about an inch in depth. Put wand in shield. As you push the edge of the wand into the hexagonal niche, a translucent barrier circles outward from the edges of the shield. Oh yeah, you're right, Sepsi. Good idea. See if you can slay your crewmates with your legendary gear. Let's try it. Save. I'm gonna say this is sword again. Yes. I'm actually gonna... Oh, yes, I said yes. Oh, anyway. Actions. Attack. Begin with magical sword. Let's do it. Oh. Instead of using the magical sword, can't you be a gentleman and attack begin with your hands? No! No, we want to slay everybody. Good try, though. I like good suggestion. Yes, Hylian sword and shield. Okay. Let's go north. Let's go back to map. Yeah, weak, exactly. North. With Begin and the rest of the party following, you lead the way across the cavern toward the tunnel entrance along the northern rock wall. As you step into the narrow tunnel, you abruptly stop. At the far end of the passage, standing in the center of what looks to be a giant web of metal plates, is Suzar. Emanating upwards and then arcing to a central point from all corners of the plates is a misty hemisphere which crackles brightly. Beyond the wizard and appearing in the face of the stone wall is a shimmering sphere. As it becomes increasingly real, you begin to see trees, grassland, and distant mountains. Blasted dragon! Curses Suzar as the hemisphere vanishes. Disturbing my spell! He sneers with an expression of sheer evil. Is your last mistake. What? Disturbing my spell is your last mistake. Hurtling towards you is a lightning bolt. Ooh, can I get it in the face? I just want to wait and see. Oh, ouch! While leaning against the passage wall, you allow the wizard to conjure up another spell. The death scene is too horrible to even write about. Your valiant effort ends here. Better luck with next time, sucker. Yes. Load. Yeah, sorry. Okay, sword. North. Yes, okay, right. Lightning bolt. Raise shield. Naturally. What? Before doing so, you remove the magical wand from the shield. Okay. The exorbitant pressure as the lightning bolt shatters against the shield knocks you several feet backwards. In an attempt to protect yourself against another, you lift the shield only to find it become stuck between the two walls of the passage. Take shield. Okay, did we do that wrong? Take shield. No matter how much you kick, pull, or push, the magical shield won't budge. Okay, we're gonna sit. With your back rested against the passage, you sit and wait. Just then, out of the corner of your eye, you see something. Look at this, you whisper excitedly. There's a crack running along the foot of both walls. Let me have a look, asks Priscilla. Thievery and finding devices are just some of my talents. Okay, I'd like to know what the others are, smirks Pagan, while nudging Balar in the ribs. For several minutes, her talented fingers run up and down the walls, till finally they stop. Following a faint click, a small hole appears. I knew it. Okay, at the back of the dark hole that's 4 feet in depth, 6 to 7 inches wide, and about an inch in height, is what appears to be a mechanism. Put sword in hole. As you push the magical sword into the hole, you hear a deep rumbling and grinding as the passage walls slowly widen, allowing the shield to drop. Someone up there just doesn't like me. You grumble as you find that the sword has now become stuck. Look out, warned Borgelis as Suzar throws a fireball. Great. Take shield. You reach out and grab the shield, fortunately just in time. The thrown fireball hits the front of the shield and disintegrates. Fireball. I'm gonna just save it. Oh, save. Fireball. We're gonna do it, you guys. We're steps away. We're steps away. I'm so excited. Okay. Take sword. Ah, the damn thing won't budge, you gasp. Ear, let me have a go, grins Chrysella as she pushes you aside. After several unladylike grunts, the sword comes loose. As it does, the walls slide back and the hole disappears. Nice weapon, she remarks while resting it against the wall. So she's really strong, that's cool. That's cool, she's strong. Fingers crossed for one more final boss. I don't know. We'll see. We still haven't defeated Suzar. Take sword again. Okay, Mary Chrysilla. Mary Chrysilla. Oh, he doesn't understand Mary. Take sword. You take the magical sword. Put wand in shield. Yes, we already did that before. North. The constant bombardment of fireballs and lightning bolts soaring past your head, smashing into the face of the shield. You make your way slowly down the passage toward the lair of Suzar. Close behind you are the men and Chrysella. Just then, while entering his lair, the giant teardrop begins to pulsate and glow like a beating heart. On seeing the distraction, the wizard attacks. As he does, the shield is knocked from your grasp and the teardrop falls onto the floor and lands near his feet. Now you've seen your last, he chuckles. Not so quick, answers Chrysella as she dives forward, retrieves the shield and lifts it as a blazing light slices downward. Suzar's lair is of an octagon room. Set into the floor are strips of precious metal that radiate out from the center and give you the appearance of a giant cobweb. You can also see a teardrop. Examine. Mansplain to Chrysella. Examine metal. The strips of metal, which make up the cobweb, are electrically conductive. Okay. Save. Web. Okay. Mansplain to Chrysella. No, doesn't understand mansplain. Tentacle and octagonal means four sides, I know. Yeah, it's you're gonna have to use your imagination, I suppose. Touch metal. Ooh. Tell Pagan that he is attractive. Oh no, doesn't understand attractive. Hug Pagan. I'm sure Pagan can wait until Suzar's been defeated. I can't wait, Pagan. I'm glad, it's kind of amazing that they had a message specifically for that. What if I kiss Chrysella again? Okay. We still have time to do that. Okay. Here's the final thing, you guys. We're gonna do it. We're gonna end. Let's percent. 95%. Transcend desire, achieve nirvana. Apparently not in our case. Okay, touch metal with sword. This is it, you guys. This is the end of Legend of the Sword. Touch metal with sword. No! Screams Suzar as he watches you touch the metal strips of the blade. Metal strips of the blade of the sword. Streaking inwards from all corners of the web. All 8 corners of the web. And entering the teardrop are a dozen lines of electricity. A dozen? Should be 8. Yes, Ceci, they anticipated this would be a time in the game with a lot of hugging. Until she smells like death. Robin the Red Fox. Okay, so from all dozen lines of electricity from the octagonal room, that's a 4-sided room in the map, a dense cloud forms around the panic-stricken wizard, and after gripping hold of him, dissolves into the teardrop. Having picked it up, you step forward, and with your men cautiously following, you enter the sphere. The sphere. Following a blinding flash, you find yourself in the middle of an open grassland. To the west, you can see the distant green of a forest, and to the east, the mountains of Einar. With a sword and shield held tightly in your hands, a cold shiver suddenly runs down your spine as a deep voice calls out from the teardrop. Congratulations this time, adventurer! But remember, when I escape, I, the great wizard Suzar, shall crush your futile quest. Until next time, hoo-hoo-ha. Comfort wizard. Your mocking boasts fall upon deaf ears, wizard. You answer with hate as you lift the sword into the air and allow the sun's rays to bounce reflectively off the blade. You shall never escape. From all of us at Silicon Software, thank you for playing Legend of the Sword. We hope you enjoyed it. Percentage of puzzles achieved, 100%. Play again, yes or no? Yes, Comfort Wizard or Comfort Wizard? There we have it. Do we want to play again? What happens if we say yes? No. Okay, start from the very beginning. Another one for the books, you guys. We did it. Legend of the Sword. And look at the time. It's like perfect. 11:29. 11:29. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased that we finally did it. And we finished punctually. Thank you, Monkey Toupee. He speaks with a deep undertone. The Comfort Wizard would have a wizard bath / wizard robe. I'm content. I'm content with this game. It was really hard, but it worked smoothly. And unlike some games which feel kind of not that well made, like Mortville Manor is kind of all Mortville Manor was kind of all over the place. But this was solid. I mean, in spite of the 1987-ness of it, it's pretty good, I gotta say. You don your robe and wizard hat. This is okay. Next week, you guys, maybe we'll have a Dan. If we don't have a Dan, we'll do more art. We're polishing up the room, which is coming along nicely. My next Let's Play will be Loom EGA, and I'm very excited about that. And thank you for the link. I'm going to check out the link for the intro to Loom. It's one of those games which I did play back in the day, but I don't think I ever finished. And considering it's a LucasArts game, that's pretty big, because their games are awesome, of course. And it's EGA, which, of course, that's all we do here, pretty much. I'm really excited to get that started. And yeah, we're going to look for someone to raid. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Happy Crimson Tuesday, and have a wonderful rest of your week. See you guys next time here again, 8 p.m. Eastern. We will see. And hopefully I'll have more developers updates for you, more VHSs, maybe another board game, maybe more books. You have oh good, it's a real Lady Elf. You have the game ingrained into your brain. Ciao, Sepsi. Good to hear from you again, and I'll get those cards out to you soon. Oh, wow, you can walk me through as long as you're not working. Nice. I'm gonna try, just like with this, I'm gonna try my best to try to get through as much of it as on my own Steam as possible. But I tend to give up pretty easy. We'll see though. I appreciate it. Thank you, Goman-san for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. You guys make this Tuesday night really nice for me, and I really appreciate that. And I hope you guys feel the same. Let's look for someone to raid. For someone to raid. Right. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Okay. And you guys all know how I go about with this part. First, I check out if anyone is playing the Crimson Diamond. Monkey Toupee, bye. Good to see you. I know. Oh, there's a precursor radio play. Oh, I don't know if I'll get that into it. Is it very good, the radio play? Loom is a lot more kind than the games I've been playing. I'm ready for a kinder game. Let's look for the Crimson Diamond. Crimson Diamond? It's short? Okay, that's also good to know. Okay. Anyone playing the Crimson Diamond? Category. Crimson Diamond category. No results. Crimson Diamond. Crimson Diamond. Oop. Crimson Diamond. We also look for Colonel's Bequest. It sets up the world. Okay. I might check it out. Oh, the radio play is the radio play short. Okay. I'm gonna look for the Colonel's Bequest, and then I'll start looking at my friends list and ask and be soliciting suggestions. No one is playing Colonel's Bequest right now. What do we have on my list here? Who is streaming currently? I'm not seeing a lot of EGA being played right now. Okay, find it on YouTube. Okay, I'll write this down. Loom radio play. Okay. Anyone have any suggestions of who to rate tonight? Preferably EGA game, preferably text parser game. Yes, and yeah, you can only get stuck in Loom. I'm really looking forward to a game where I can't starve to death, and my party members aren't jerks. Yeah, I can't even like raid Robot Spacer tonight because Robot Spacer streamed last night for his birthday. I'm at a bit of a loss. Let's see. I don't know what police knots it. I'm going to take a quick look at this. Evil Tentacle says, Demon Master, Damon Master, doing Last Crusade, not EGA. Random raid. Okay, is that a thing you could do? I don't know how to do that. Is there like a random button? I'm gonna quickly look at what Neon Arcade's up to because another avid collector of obscure VHS tapes. Okay, cool. Oh no, why did this freeze? Why did it freeze? What's happening? Police Knots, another Kojima adventure. Oh, like Snatcher. Okay, yeah, I saw someone was playing Police Knots on one of my things here. Was that Neon Arcade? Is that what I was going for? That sounds amazing. Let me take a look. Because this is really chugging for me right now. Police Knots. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That looks very anime. This looks excellent. Okay. Okay, this looks pretty awesome. We're gonna do that. Okay. Cool. Let's do it. We're gonna raid Neon Arcade playing Police Knots, which apparently is another Kojima adventure game like Snatcher. I can set this up to raid. Raid Neon _ Arcade. Great. 2000, and it's a 2,000 follower celebration, so we can help Neon Arcade celebrate 2,000 followers. And also we have the emoji, the follower emoji, Nancy Maple celebrating follower emoji. So you can drop that in chat when we get there. Excellent. Okay. Mr. Dave Lester, good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, I will join you in the raid. Looks like just about everyone is going to be joining us. Wonderful. And yes, the followers have this emote, the Nancy Celebration emote. You can drop that in Neon Arcade's raid with whatever message you hope to share with him. Say congratulations on 2,000 followers, and all that good stuff. See you guys next week. Same Crimson time, same Crimson channel, and yeah, good times, good times. Yay, we finished Legend of the Sword. I love Let's Playing because I actually finish games now, and I didn't really do that much ever, so I feel accomplished. Okie dokie. See you over there. Bye.